created. We are choosing our path. We are choosing our truth. And that's what they are trying to follow. So, brothers and sisters, you are going to envision.
Oh, that's a deeply rooted issue. Your racism can't be public anymore. Sucks to suck it.
Sucks to suck.
And I'll be right back. One of the arguments you hear in opposition to talking to young children or to teaching elementary level school children about racism, the history of racism,
Teaching them their lives.
they're arguing with something along the lines of, well, you're going to make white kids feel bad about being what?
Apparently, one thing that white people didn't know, they didn't know that very current generation of their offsprings, of their own, they will call out their historical weaknesses. Yes, we are having this young generation that is so much tired of white hypocrisy. They are tired of white pretending. They are seeing everything in HD. What white people are showing you in an open space, it's not the same things their kids are hearing under the blankets. And that's just the truth. And this group of people are coming out and calling out their parents for their weaknesses, because they have reached a point where they can see what their parents are doing. They can see the mentality of their parents, and they're saying that no, we are not subscribing to that. And it's true. We are having all these type of generation that are tired of racism. White generation that is tired of racism, and they're calling their parents out. Some of them are even cutting off their families because their families decided to be racist to their friends. This is something that is happening in contemporary America, and we can definitely see all these patterns. We can definitely see the truth about everything that is going on. Brothers and sisters, you might think that this is a cooked story, but yes, indeed, it's going on. Young Gen Z's, young group of people, they are done and tired and dusting racism. They're saying that we are not being part of the mess that you created, and we are choosing our path. We are choosing our truth. And that's what they are trying to follow. So, brothers and sisters, you are going to envision a group of young people, including teenagers, including young people, that are sharing weaknesses that their forefathers had, and still some even go ahead and call their parents, call out their siblings for what they have always done. And in this spectacular video, you're gonna be learning that white young generations are having racism fatigue. They are done with their racist parents, racist cousins, siblings, and everyone. Brothers and sisters, stay tuned as you watch the video. I'll be back.
What is your response to that?
Well, I would say those people are most concerned about our teaching of slavery. So let's just talk about slavery. Sure. If we teach white kids about slavery, we're going to teach them that there were white people who enslaved people and there were black people who were enslaved. And we're also going to teach them that there were white people and black people who challenged and fought against slavery. And so my question back to them would be, why can't we allow white children to identify with white abolitionists? And and also it demonstrates to me that these folks recognize that kids are not colorblind and that how we shape the curriculum impacts our children. So then why aren't they concerned about how black kids feel when they're not represented in the curriculum?
Perfect response. This is how you shut it down. Why do you assume these children would not identify with the abolitionists? Why do you assume that these children would identify more with the racist slave owners?
Ribbits.
But what's always been crazy to me is that white children are so delicate that they can't learn about racism.
Why not?
But black children can continue to experience it from said
it.
children.
Yeah.
So when the white child is being racist, you can't teach them that racism is wrong.
It's wrong.
But the black child that's being abused by said child being
go
racist,
through
they
that
have to deal with it. Go home and cry.
It makes the white child feel better.
How does that make sense?
Yeah.
White children that delicate?
That's a joke, Rasta.
You
want to see your parents, what these children come out of. They are monsters, your parents are. Monsters.
If you've ever blanked on a mid-sentence,
Can you see where it's at? A shocking tale of history, a shocking history of Bristol. And we're in Bristol now. You know, see Edward Colston's face on there. Written by a boy called Derek Robinson. And you can get this in the post office. That's Sandy Park down the road. Go and get it, man. This is where they swap women, pregnant women for items to the Irish. Your sons, your sons.
In front of the person.
You're saying white racist sons. We want to take everything like this. When they treat women like that, swap her for items to the Irish.
Someone who's spent 2 decades
Are you
studying
absolutely
memory
mad?
decline,
And you want
explained
these
it properly
tramps to
over
run the
dinner one
dance?
evening.
These fools
He
here
said almost
who
nobody
swap
talks about
pregnant
the real
women.
cause. It's not about losing brains.
Are you mad?
Anywho,
And then when he did swap himself, he didn't even last a day in slavery. He didn't even last a day. He burned out, he did.
Until next time.
That's been happening is due to racism, and I'm tired of you dumb motherfuckers pretending that it wasn't. The redistricting is due to racism because black people vote Democrat in the South. Why do black people vote Democrat in the South? Well, I'll tell you why. Because Democrats gave them the vote, and then all of the white people became Republicans. Because white people in the South do not want to be in community with black people. So they went and switched to another fucking party.
Of course they did.
The destruction of education in this country is because white people in the South did not want their kids
And
going
you
to school
go
with
get
black
yourself
kids.
educated by them lot.
So
Are
they
you
have been trying to
foolish?
destroy the Department of Education
Are you
so they can steal
stupid?
tax money and make
Why
white
would they want to
schools
educate you
abortion.
when they don't even like
We
you?
don't want black women to have access to reproductive care so they can economically hold them the fuck down.
You've got to be
Also,
desperate,
it was a
man.
backdoor
You've got
way
to be
trick
desperate.
Catholics
The people who
and
don't even have to put
other
their arms
people that
around you.
aren't Southern
People who don't even have to wear their
Baptists
kind of pocket
and
and something.
evangelicals
People who
into
be in
coming into
hospitals
community
with
white
men
Southerners
at the front of it.
over a wedge issue so they can take over the Supreme Court so the Supreme Court can say that racism is over and instantly we bring back all
Right?
the racist
Because
fucking
of some
policies.
pale complexion
It's
white
been
man
this way
or some
the entire
caramel
fucking
pale
time.
complexion
You can't see
Asian
it.
son.
Fucking stupid.
Huh? Who have got no mannerism for humanity. None at all. But they want to come and talk about their religion. What the hell is religion? I'm in a blood covenant. I'm not in no religion. Because that's a man's tradition, religion. Controlled by Satan. Right? Because not one of them organizations would ever tell you Yahuwah's name. The children don't even know his name. But they're in them organizations. And not one of the children know father's name. Not one of them. So that means that organization is doing a sterling job. An absolute sterling job. Because the children don't even know who father is.
Like, I mean, he's a boy. He's a little boy. He's thirsty. It's hot. He needed a cup of water. And he spent 3.
And then you think you're sexy. And you don't even know who father is. And then you think you're sexy. When father is the one who controls sexiness. And then you think you're sexy. And you don't even know who father is. You're a joke, man. Yes, sir.
And by the way, did you also know that they were...
The sons that you're following are boring.
They were killing us?
Right? Your sons can't be boring and praising father. Your sons must have life in them. Well, they're not praising father, then are they?
But like I said, they will never...
Damn
They will never
trans.
put that in the
And they
history.
don't forget Sunday, innit? 30 billion every Sunday. They don't forget that, do they? To make sure you come to that devil church on a Sunday to give them 30 billion. And fathers never once ask you for money. But then when you go into them places there, you don't even know what his name is, but then they're asking you for money.
Taught them to be racist. And the fact that they've not done the due diligence to unlearn that racism. And I am speaking
You
that
need to
from
unlearn it, guys.
experience.
Otherwise you're
I
going to
grew
die
up
with
in a
them.
very
They're a
racist
bunch of
household. My
idiots.
grandmother was racist. My
All they
mother
can do is
was
cause
racist.
trouble.
And I
You play
learned
music,
and
they
said
cause
a
trouble.
lot of racist
You talk
things.
sense, they cause
All of
trouble.
which I deeply
You mess
fucking
around with
regret.
kids, they
But the
encourage you.
reason I did those things and
You have
the reason
sex
I
with
thought doing
bums,
those
they
things
say,
was
let's get
okay
married to it.
was
All that
because that's what
nastiness.
I
But when you do
learned
good,
from my parents.
they want to come and lock you
I
up.
was in fact one of those people who were screaming about it's not hatred, it's heritage. I was one of those people who saw nothing wrong with still carrying around the Confederate flag. But guess what? After I got out into the real world and experienced the real world
Always
and got away
causing
from
trouble.
the people who were
Always
racist
causing
and
trouble.
who were
Because white
feeding
man
that
is
mindset
boring.
into my brain, I broke
What
away
part
from those
boring don't you
mindsets.
understand? The
And
man is
after breaking
boring.
away from that mindset.
It is
people
past
who
1
feed
now.
that
He
mindset
expects you
into
to
me
be
and
bored
starting
in
to
your bed,
experience
just
and have
bored.
conversations with
Because he wants to
real-life
get up and
black
go
people
to work
other
in a
than,
system
you know,
that's
just a few
broken.
interactions
And
in
a
high
system
school.
that only
I
caters for white
started
boys.
to unlearn all that
No
bullshit
job for
that
no
was
one else, and if there
brainwashed
is,
into
then
my
they tax you
fucking
and
brain.
MOT you and
just
all
like the
sorts.
scope as to
And there's
how
nothing
bad
left for
the
yourself. It's a
brainwashing was.
broken system that designed to
My mother,
break you.
my birth giver, 'cause she's no
Designed.
longer my mother, I don't
Never
associate
puts his
with her.
arm around you. He never tells you I
Used to
love
call
you.
people the N-word.
Never goes in his pocket and
With the
gives you
hard ER,
something.
not with an A,
Interest
with the
free.
hard ER.
Nothing
The
like that.
justification for
You're
that
damn
was
tramp.
if
With
they
your
didn't
pale
want to be
complexion.
called that,
And
they
your
shouldn't
caramel
have
pale
that word.
complexion.
And I thought that was okay.
Right, you're not the right
now
size,
understand
man.
that that is a really fucked
Come
up
out the
thing to
dance.
fucking
You're
say.
as dirty
But
as
at
this
the
fly
time,
that
I
was
thought it
finished.
was okay because that was the person
Come
who
out the
raised
dance,
me, the person
Rasta.
who brainwashed me into thinking
Don't know
that.
how to look out for
So
people.
if you,
You're
as a white
tramp,
person, are still having these mindsets, it is your duty and responsibility to break away from these fucked up mindsets.
Break away
It is
from
not
them,
a
you're damn
white
right.
person's job to tiptoe around your fucking racism.
You're racist. Why am I tiptoeing around that? You're mad.
Says the same people were crying 50 years ago over having to
You're
share
a joke, man.
in with a black person.
You're a joke.
It's just a small thing, but it can peel 200
But then we're
eggs
the
per
problem
minute.
for everything,
You
can't
simply
we?
put the eggs inside, press a
According
button,
to you,
and it
we have
automatically
the
cracks
problem
the
for
shell,
everything.
doing so
But
perfectly
you're not the
without breaking
problem.
the
You're
shell.
not breaking
It
the
makes
thing,
eating
now, are
eggs
you?
much more
You're
convenient.
not
And
striking
the best part
women,
is,
are you?
it costs as little as
You're
just
not
a few
scaring
eggs.
nobody, are you?
Thanks for watching. May your day be lovely.
But as soon as you hear music, what do you want to do? You want to go get decibels out of it? Go and get them. Go and get them, you little troublemaker.
This is
Because
magic.
the whole world knows
Peeling
you're a
boiled eggs by
troublemaker.
hand takes forever and usually tears up the egg.
Anyone who don't know
With
it
this
is you
little
yet.
tool, just place it in, press,
Because you got
and
no
open.
style.
The shell separates in
You're always
seconds,
in your
and
bed.
it even cracks
Bored.
raw eggs cleanly
Thinking about
without
committing
making a mess.
suicide.
Breakfast just got so much easier.
damn
Crack
tramp.
eggs straight into noodles, frying pans, or mixing bowls with one quick press.
You're damn
The
tramp.
yolk drops cleanly, the shells stay inside,
Always
and there
wanna
are
have
no
sex
tiny
with people's
pieces to pick
children.
out
And then
afterwards.
chuck them in a river when you finish having sex with them. You damn tramp. You damn tramp. Wanna come and take things with stuff? Because you ain't got nothing. What do you think this is? UB40? Huh? What do you think this is? UB40? Huh? You ain't copying, you. We're circular music. What kind of music is this? Huh? What kind of foolish music is this? It's circular devil music. Move, man, you tramp.
Yeah, he rolled over into that thought.
White man. White man. Always complaining. White man. Always complaining, bro. soul in that boy. Let's dance. Too loud for you. Cocaine. We got no soul. Remember, lyrics don't sleep, you do.
He definitely rolled over into that thought. And my question to everybody who's seen that is, how old is he? And he's smarter than the group.
I remember when I used to play music like this.
That's the crazy part of
And
it.
then
You
you
can
used to
tell
get the neighborhood
I
officer
wouldn't
out
say
there.
he's a complete
And he
genius.
was writing, see, oh, I was out
He's
there,
smarter
he was
than
playing music, he stopped playing it for 2
And it's just
minutes.
crazy to think a child.
And then he started playing it again. Yeah, because they stand out there, these stupid idiot white boys, and then they tell the
But
cats,
you're
I
on the
was
right
playing
track,
music,
Bubba.
I was playing music.
You're on the right track.
They are pathetic.
Don't let them
And
take
so
you
the
off
judge
that
had to
high
say
horse
to
that
them,
you on, even
when
though
does
it's
a
not
boy
high
get
horse.
time for
Tell me
himself?
what y'all think about in the
Because
comments.
every time I'm going there, there's another new 7
It's
different
just
people
crazy.
saying, no, he's
That
playing
young.
music.
That
She said, you
makes sense.
overdone it, you
Good
stupid boy.
parents. Some is either good parents or
Stupid
they
boy.
gave him enough freedom that
Scared
he
of
decided
growth,
to learn
isn't you?
things to do
Yeah,
it
but
the
there's
right
more
way
growth than
compared to how other people.
colours than there is with no colour. Damn tramp. All you do is suppress people, that's all you do. And you're boring, you're boring. You're boring, man. You're boring. What part of boring don't you understand? Boring. You're boring, man.
Somebody was like, but he's not lying. No, he's like, we, and that did wild.
Yeah, that did wild. He's been here already. That's how you know. Yeah, he does that. I know when all racist white people walk around today, they be like,
But whenever people soul shine, yours stays behind, where it's supposed to stay. Behind.
these motherfuckers really free.
Your own people are speaking about you. There's no humanity in you.
In their mind,
And all these children who are now my age are all speaking about when they was young, growing up in an environment around you, all they heard, sorry grandma, was nigger, gollywog, black bastard. That's all they kept hearing. So you know, like monkey see, monkey do, you keep hearing something subtly, subtly. Then you end up believing it. Why? Because you keep hearing it subtly. And then you start saying it yourself. And then before you know it, they're patting you on the back. And they're giving you an iPhone. Why? Because you've got into the nigger talk. And that is your people, Rasta. They're a joke. And this is why they're frightened now. Because no one's supporting nigger no more. And everyone can see it's a white supremacy system. It even turns on its own white people now. So why don't you go to religion? That's what's supposed to be saving you. Remember when you go there, you got to give them 10% of your wages. And then they would tell you, Jesus, whoever he is, I'll get him to say a prayer for you, don't worry. I mean, there's no difference between you and them having a contact with Emmanuel, because you have a nostril, and they have a nostril. There's no different then, no different at all. But you think that there's some sort of godly people, right? But you need to go beyond 1600, because that's when they came about, 1600. Go beyond that and you'll see how nasty these people were. I mean, these people used to sleep with their livestock just to keep warm. These are nasty European. When I mean filth, I mean you can't even imagine the level of nastiness these people are. And the only reason why they can control that is because of Esau.
Your generation threw a fit
That's the
at
only
the thought
reason
of
why.
black people drinking from the same drinking fountains as white people.
Right? Like, white people are telling you about you now. They're telling you about your nasty ways now.
Blew up Tulsa, Oklahoma, like an American city.
And you blew it up.
Why did they throw bombs?
Because it was
Tulsa,
doing
Oklahoma?
beautiful, Tulsa. Real beautiful it was. Everyone was coming there for business. And white man burnt it down. He burnt it down.
I want y'all to know, man, Cecil Williams, right? Y'all know this legendary picture right here.
That's right.
Of the brother drinking out of the whites only water fountain. I always wanted to ask you, Mr. Williams, was it a spontaneous act of rebellion or something?
It's wickedness.
Something you planned to do?
And now white people are talking about
It was a little bit of both. I was thirsty, but also it was in the middle of the sunset of the summer. You know, it's evident from my T-shirt. But also, this was not the first time I did this. There were many other times that I felt I wanted to really. I was not satisfied with living in the status quo and segregation. So this was something that I had done many times, and my mother wanted me not to do it anymore. But I did it again, and this time it was photographed.
Did you feel fear in that moment, or was your faith stronger than your fear?
None whatsoever. This is about 15, 20 miles from Orangeburg and on Highway 21 and coming back from an assignment for Jet Magazine. But I never sent this picture to Jet. It was something that I held in the family, and I knew I would get chewed out had I, given it to my mother and father to see. So I hid it from there. I never sent it to Jet either.
Wow. How'd they get it?
Maybe 3 or 4 years later, I showed it to them. Conversation one Sunday afternoon during a dinner. It kind of came out, and then I got chewed out.
Wow.
Why are 400-pound smartwatches notoriously fragile? That would easily kill most smartwatches, but this isn't a normal smartwatch. This is DuraWatch, the new military-grade smartwatch being called invincible. Watch this. No cracks, no scratches, still working perfectly. Now let's crush it. It's absolutely fine. That's crazy. DuraWatch was originally made for the US Special Forces. It's designed to survive the harshest conditions and punishment imaginable. Now it's become hugely popular with construction workers, mechanics, miners, police officers, firefighters, and hard-working men who need a watch that will never break on the job. The DuraWatch screen is protected by reinforced sapphire Gorilla Glass. Sapphire crystal is an extremely tough and scratch-resistant material, second only to diamond in hardness. It gives the touchscreen incredible protection against impacts, scrapes, and the punishment of everyday work. The case is a specially hardened alloy / steel case, protected by thick, shock-absorbing, temperature-resistant PU resin. Together, these super durable materials create a smartwatch that can survive crushing impacts, hard drops, scratches, dirt, rain, and brutal working conditions. You can factor it, crush it, scrape it, drop it, and DuraWatch just keeps going. Even the strap is made from specially treated silicone, designed to resist UV radiation, extreme heat, extreme cold, and moisture. But despite all that toughness, it still feels comfortable on your wrist. And DuraWatch isn't just insanely tough, it's packed with the top smartwatch features, then actually use. You can track and record up to 25 different sports and activities, monitor your heart rate, blood pressure, blood oxygen, and sleep, count your steps and calories, so your messages, emails, and social notifications answer calls directly from your wrist. Control your music, check the weather, and use the anti-loss feature to quickly find your phone.
Show me where I'm a criminal. You are a criminal. You. You don't even have to treat a woman. And you're calling me a criminal. You little bastard bitch.
It also has a huge battery that can last an entire working week on a single charge. And thanks to its IP68 waterproof construction, rain, sweat, showers, and swimming are no problem.
I don't see you helping the homeless.
Like they said in the
I don't see you helping the homeless. I don't see you giving up a room, a Hollywood room next door, and just giving it up to someone. I don't see you doing stuff like that. You don't talk about them things, though, do you? You don't talk about them things, do you? What about cleaning the community? You know, going on your hands and knees and cleaning the floor outside, when people are watching you, What about that? What about Brislington Hill? What about that? Oh, this tramp. And then when you do it, you use machines. And then you use machines to cut, and then you don't even pick it up, you just leave it there. So it's still dangling. So it wilburs and dies, and you can see it hanging, because you didn't do the job properly. You just cut it, you used a machine to cut it. Well, you didn't even do it manual. You used a machine and still made a mess of it. And these are sons that have got machines to do it, and you pay them as well. And look at the state of the hill. I refuse to touch it. Look at the state of it. And they pay you for it. You're a joke, son. That is, my grandma wouldn't even speak to me in the condition of that hill. And you had a machine to do it as well. Just goes to show what this you are. You even had a machine and you couldn't even do it right. You could crack a spring. You're overrated, man. You're overrated, Rasta. That's right, listen.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning and it's starting to get light. Now I'm right where I wanna be, losing track of time. But I wish that it was stillness night. You look like you're in another world, but I can read your mind. How can you be so far away, lying by my side? When I go away, I'll miss you, and I will be thinking of you every night and day.
Where should I?
Promise me you wait for me, promise me that
Dedication to all music lover.
you light up another cigarette and pour the wine. It's 4 o'clock in the morning and it's starting to get light. Now I'm right where I wanna be, losing track of time. But I wish that it was stillness night.
Where should I?
You look like you're in another world, but I can read your mind.
British.
How can you be so far away, lying by my side? When I go away, I'll miss you, and I will be thinking of you.
Newsflash. Newsflash. Now, Ashkenazi, remember, you can't make music like this. This is Gentile, right? This has got nothing to do with Ashkenazi, right? You can't make music like this. There's not even one song you've made that I've even played. You can't make music. You're a child of Satan, damn. Right? It's only Gentile make them kind of music, then, you know, right? You're still there, you look a tramp. Don't make him fool you, right? He can't make music. There's no soul in that tramp.
You light another cigarette and pour the wine. It's 4 o'clock in the morning and it's starting to get light. Now I'm right where I wanna be, losing track of time. But I wish that it was stillness.
Oh, last night. Who you gonna get into us now? Esau. Who you gonna get now? You're done. Done.
You look like you're in another world, but I can read your mind. How can you be so far away, lying by my side?
No quality.
When I go away, I'll miss you,
No
and
quality.
I will be thinking of you
None at all.
every night and day.
Get us.
Promise me
Get
you
us.
wait for me,
Get
'cause
us.
I'll be saving all my love for you, and I will be home soon. Promise me you wait for me. I need to know you feel the same way too. I'll be home soon.
You look like you're in another world and made your mind. Dedication to the freaks that come out at night. But everyone's doing nice. You're at Sabbath day, and guess what? Rest now. I only just woke up a couple of hours ago, guys. And guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to do the laminate. I grounded it and I cut the fat off. Here's the fat again. The meat is this much. The fat is this much. So when you're buying like meat from the butchers, they're ripping you off, Rasta, right? Because we're not allowed to eat fat, right? And we have to ground it. So by the time you cut the fat off, there's nothing left, man. It's a joke, Rasta. However, if there was to leave the brown boy and the brown girl, right, as the butcher, we wouldn't charge you for the fat, because when you buy it, they charge you for the fat, and then they say, when you bought it, do you want me to cut the fat off? Is that cheeky they are? When you're supposed to chop that off anyway, right? Because you should be encouraging people to eat fat, because fat is called a thing called saturates, you know, S-A-T, saturates, and that sits, you know, sits, saturates, sits, right? Sausages, worries, because when that sits here, virtually impossible to get rid of. But they're not telling you these things. So when you're buying your food, yeah, not only do you look out for raising agents, but also look out for the saturates then, right? And they're not and all their food's full of that nonsense then. They're not teaching you how to live healthy and how to feel right and how to walk in the spring in the step. They're giving you all that poison food then. All that food what Father says not to eat. But if you go to Leviticus chapter 11 in the book, then it will tell you what to eat children and what not to eat children. And that's in the first 5 books which they encourage you not to read. They say make sure you don't read these. That's what they say to you. Right? Because they want you to be unhealthy. They know what we say just to shut his mouth. And we just go straight to the grandson. And it's the 3rd book. The 3rd one, because that one there tells you what to eat and what not to eat. And this one here, Exodus, tells you how Father beat up the children and killed them. Because they're so cheeky, the children. When he got them out of the Egypt, which is in Africa, it's not in Middle East, it's in Africa. Guess what the kids were saying? They said to Moses, nah, go and see Father, and whatever Father wants to tell us, tell him to tell you, and then you can tell us. This is how these children was behaving. So Father said, yeah, well, let me just remind them who's the boss. And he got them to fight against each other. And whoever won, then I'll take them. And had to murder each other. And then he killed 3,000 of them as well. Because they made a calf as their Elohim. Instead of waiting for Moses to come back down. And then his brother Aaron, who was in charge, said, yeah, it's all right, come, let's make a calf. And Father said, is it? Come here, go and get your son. So he brought his son, said, right, take your clothes off and give it to your son, right? Because you're not coming back down. And Aaron, he got killed. Because his job was to take care of the children when Moses went up to get the 10 Commandments. He didn't. The kid said, let's make a calf and call that Elohim. And his job was to say, what are you talking about, you idiot? But he didn't. He said, all right then, go and get some gold and we'll melt it up and we'll make that as our king. And then that's why Father punished Aaron. Stupid idiots. You think looking after these children are easy? I mean, Moses didn't even make it to the promised land because of the children. But it wasn't really that, it was the circumcision. Because his wife said to him, you ain't circumcising our kids in here. And she took it and she chucked it out. And he went, oh, all right then. And the Father said, which child? This is twice now. The first time when I told you, right, to go and speak to the rock. And the rock will give you water. But because the kids were pissing you off, you got to stop and you hit it twice. I didn't tell you to show violence to the children. I said, go and speak to the rock, and it will give you water. And even though you did hit it, it still gave you water. So I just chalked that one up. But you mean to tell me, said, your mission, right, is to bring the children and teach them circumcision. And you mean to tell me, said, this woman's telling you that you ain't getting that blood in our house. And you said, yeah, for that you're not going to see the promised land, right? Look, I show it to you from here. Now you can see it. You see it? Well, you ain't going to it. And that's what happened to Moses. That's what happened to Moses. And Moses was a good servant, as we know, right? But he didn't put the children first. And that was his mission. No other mission. Your mission was to look out for the children. That's how you became Moses. Right? And Jesus became Jesus, but the children. They're not telling you about the children, are they? Damn tramps. But they're telling you to go against the children. And that's why you got so much bad luck. That's why your life is so miserable. You can't harm peaceful children because your devils tell you to. You're cursing yourself. Think about it, guys. If something's so peaceful and lovely and nice, right, and then you keep plotting and scheming to hurt it, and its inheritance belongs to the creator of everything, then don't you think you're either stupid or you're a stupider? Which one is it? Huh? Because they don't do it, they get you to do it. Because they know they're going there, they're making a fire. But they want you to come with them. And it says, all sinners of my people will die by the sword. And that is going in there. And you're doing a sterling job. You're doing a sterling job to get yourself in there. Sterling. Right? I only get one chance at this and up. You're still there. You're still there. Every time you hear music, you're complaining. You didn't go to the disco on the prom? Obviously not. Obviously not. Dreadlocks it up. That's up. You can be a dreadlock series. Nice. The British. You're gonna hear none of this music from no Esau child, right? You can't make music like this, Esau. And it's British. Sooner or later. And you don't promote your country, man. You don't promote it, man. You got some superstar children in your country. You just don't promote them, man. Hit the beauty, hit the trip, you can't go because there's no beauty in you, that's why. Trans. the problem. You can't express yourself. We can teach, you know, we can teach, you know, right? We always want to be the best. The best at what though? This is what you need to ask yourself. What is it you want to be the best at? Be humble. White man, always want to be the best. And you're a spastic. Right? You're supposed to be humble. You ain't got no quality. None at all. Quality comes from gentleness. And sexiness. You ain't sexy. You think you're nice? Huh? You think you're nice? Well, show us.
Comments, the kids are all right. There's hope in Gen Alpha. I don't know who his fans are, but they raised a smart kid. Keep up the good work, y'all. I really thought he was gonna say more in this video. I thought he was gonna
See, it's only us who are praising this white child. Only us. But your own people are not praising you. But we are praising you, child. You need to carry on being like that. Father will bless you and you've got good children now and down. And we're listening to these fools, these idiot white sons, who are on platforms because these fools give them platforms so they can do their nastiness. But real children are coming through. I'm not on your platform, on Father's platform is what he's building. And we don't ask no one to subscribe. People just subscribe naturally. And then they get their blessings from Father. We don't tell them, oh, subscribe to us, this, that, what, not. No, we don't at all. They use their own spiritual initiative. Right? Because it's a spiritual affair. And many people are going to die. Many are going to die. What part of going to die don't you understand?
The afternoon during the dinner, it kind of came out and then I got chewed out. Wow.
Like they said in the comments, the kids are all right. There's hope in Gen Alpha. I don't know who his fans are, but they raised a smart kid. Keep up the good work, y'all. I really thought he was gonna say more in this video. I thought he was gonna eat these suckers down. I thought he was gonna go in on them. I mean, he already went in on them with that one line talking about how, oh, this generation is so soft. Really? When y'all aren't y'all the same who were complaining 50 years ago about having to share a water fountain with
us.
Black people?
And it was
weren't you the same people complaining about having to sit in the same area as Black people? Weren't you the same people complaining about DEI? That's why we need to continue on teaching Black history in the schools, and every person of color history in the schools, so we can learn from the mistakes of the past, and so that the next generation can be better and brighter and smarter than the previous generation before. So I was like, this little boy is invited to all the cookouts. Let him know, please. He's invited to all the cookouts for life. Yes, he is, indeed.
I had a pretty unique exposure to racism when I was a kid. My siblings and I were adopted. My sister is white, my parents are white, my brother is black. Our community was white, our schools were white, everyone was white. Growing up, my brother was bullied incessantly by people of all ages, even family members. Since I was 2 years older, I felt like it was my responsibility to defend him. To do that, I developed a spidey sense for identifying racists. The way I saw it, there were four kinds of people when it came to racism. There were the openly racist and not afraid to show it. There were the covertly racist but careful to hide it people. There were the not racist but unwilling to call it out people. And there were the not racist and willing to do something about it people.
To last
of course, that last group was few and
that's why Father put us there.
As a kid, it was clear to me that 3 of the 4 groups were complicit in harming my brother. An overt racist would say something
Not for
racist to
you.
my brother. A
Like
covert
Scotland,
racist
all them
wouldn't
cold
flinch.
places,
The not
all right up
racist
there.
but not willing to call it out
You can
person
handle
would
it
act
up
like
there.
they
It's
didn't see
cold
it.
up there.
And my brother
But
would
it's
get the
no.
message that he either deserved whatever was said or he wasn't worth defending.
You're not
It
some
didn't matter
children,
that some
guys.
of
You're
the
not
people
some
weren't
children.
racist because enough of them
And the
were.
sun burns you and
Enough of
proves
them
that to you.
were, so
You're
the
not in the
group
place
didn't
where
have to
Father
change
put
a
you
damn
guys.
thing.
And then
And
you know,
that's what I
you
keep thinking
intermingled
about
with
with
this
this
one,
ruling
this
on
one's
the Voting
intermingled
Rights
with
Act.
that one,
Our
that
nation
one's
has made very
intermingled with
little
this one,
progress at
and
making
you're
this
thinking
world
it's
safe
cool
for
to
people
look
like my brother.
caramel
We've made
pear.
very little
And then when
progress
the
at
sun
changing
comes
the
to see who
messages
you
that
are,
people
it
like my brother
burns
absorb.
you.
The way the world expects the worst from him every single second
Guys,
of
you're
every
not allowed
day.
to intermingle.
We still very much have a group that's unwilling to change.
You're like, oh, I like that, have sex
about
with
this
you,
because
and
it
have a
feels like
different
something
race.
changed
No.
from the last ruling. The slide from covert to overt seems much more obvious. The racist underpinnings of this decision are not plausibly deniable. The fact
why
that
am I
Alito
doing it
cited
to
bad
keep
data
his
to support
numbers
his
up?
position, knowing full
Because
well he
that
would be
nonsense only
fact-checked,
come around in the
is very
16th
telling.
century.
And let's not pretend the conservative justices didn't know Republican lawmakers in the South were
That
going to take the ball and
nonsense.
run
And wants to
on
hold on
this.
to
Maybe they
everyone's money,
didn't realize
everyone's
just
wealth
how
which was left on
quickly
the
the
ground,
greasy,
and
grimy,
he wants to
greedy
control people
lawmakers
with the
would
wealth.
shove their
So you got to
racist
learn
flags
how
into the
to
soil
learn
of
to
every
live
single
with
voting
basics.
district.
And
Except
then that
something
counts
tells me
him
the
out.
kinds of people who accept
Right?
bribes
And then he's
from
gonna have
fat
to give
cats
it
with
back.
matters before the court. The kinds of people who announce their
Don't look upon it
homophobic
because
and
it's got everyone
Christian
else's wealth and
nationalist
stole it.
tendencies by
You
literally
don't want none of
flying
that stuff. It's
symbolic
cursed,
flags at
guys.
their
You
home.
need to
The
have a
kinds of people who
receipt.
only
And then
adopted
when
a
you do
formal
have it,
ethics
go and
code
put it in
after
the
years
kitchen
of
in the drawer.
pressure and made
And
sure
make sure
it
you got
has
a drawer
little
for your
enforcement
receipts.
power.
Because when Father comes,
Those
he's going
kinds
to
of
ask
people
you for your
probably knew
receipts.
exactly what would happen with this ruling. And it's quite clear that they
And if you
don't
were
care
still
that
in
because
contact
of
with
this
Grandma,
ruling,
you'd have
people
it.
like my brother will find themselves in
You would
rooms
have
even
your
more
receipts.
populated with
Because you
people
couldn't even come in
complicit
your
in
house unless
racism.
Grandma says,
And
that's
the
nice.
people willing
Where's
to do
the
something
receipt?
about it will be
Here it
even
is,
fewer
Grandma.
and
That
far
is
in
nice. Bit expensive. Put it in the
between.
drawer.
Well, SCOTUS, I hope you're having the day you deserve.
Right, you're not like white people, you're not thieves.
Whatever you can picture, you can generate. Want something wild like a man closes his laptop and transforms into Iron Man? I mean, forget even watching it. Just make yourself that man. Just type it.
The man is a
You
walking
can choose the
curse.
style.
You think he's got
Cinematic,
stolen.
cartoon, 3D, documentary look.
Right?
And even control the
Everything
camera.
he's got is stolen, guys. Everything. Everything he's got is stolen. It's got so much blood connected to it. You don't want nothing from him. Do you hear me? Nothing at all. No humanity in that boy at all. None at all. Where's complaining?
Sailing home to you, or I'll fly with the force of a rainbow. What she said? Dream of gold will be waiting in your eyes. No, I won't stand anything you won't hate. Try to give you everything you need. I can see that it's you, right? I don't believe in many things but in you.
You hear the British in it? You hear the British in it? The second time around, the simpler red. You hear it though, innit? You hear it, Esau, innit? You hear it, Esau. The good British. Boy.
Got a bad look again. One I hoped I had when I was alive. Your face is just beauty. Smile at me, boast in my boots roller coaster ring. Anyway, the four winds that blow, they're gonna send me sailing home to you. I'll fly with the force of a rainbow. Dream of gold will be waiting in your eyes. No, I do most anything you want. Hey,
Tell her.
That you busy finding ways to lie. You know I do most anything you want.
I try to.
Try to give you everything that you need. I see
good children in dedication to Yahuwah. He knows good to bring. He knows good to bring. You know what we're talking about? Misha'el with the worry. And he's just like Father. You know his Father met him either. What's going to do? Wind you up, jack in the box and let you go. Boy! So you got the sister love, the father love, the seed love. I'm going to crush the seed, the woman's seed, watch and see. Because you don't respect the man. That's why the seed will crush you, right? In your own system. That's what you are. And there's more to come. That would be what my system. With harming the children. On your say so. On your say so. Don't stand a chance. In that machine. No good child. That's a child in that machine. No child does. In that machine. All bloodthirsty drinking idiots. All women kind of like they're decent. They're not the February women. They're women that drink blood. Right? And they're women that celebrate February 14th. Those for all them witches. Don't you dare celebrate that day, darling. Right? You pick a different day to celebrate. You don't celebrate that February 14th. That's for February. That's for her. And witches for her. You don't get involved in their pagan nonsense, because once you start getting involved in it, then you've opened yourself up to it without even realizing. That's how dangerous this pagan thing is. When you're saying Jesus, you're saying, Hail Zeus. That's what you're saying when you say that name. Right? because they're not gonna give up their gods. They've been doing their gods before Christianity came. Let me say that again. They've been doing their gods before Christianity came. It's just a way to trick you, to get you to follow their nonsense under the disguise of Christianity and under the disguise of Muslim. But when you think about and look back and see where they come from, the DNA of that, they're marrying children at 6-year-old and they're getting it from the wife. The wife is bringing them the child at 6-year-old, and then they're allowed to have sex with the child at 9 years old. What kind of nonsense is that? Huh? Where's the holiness in that? And then, as for the Catholic Church now, where they got me in, and Father took me out there quick, right? They got a tendency of having sex with young boys, and then when he gets caught, he brings him to a different church, and then when he gets caught there, they bring him to one in Africa, and then when he gets caught there, they bring him to one in that, and then they're still paying him money, they're still feeding him, the money that you're paying him every month. I mean, every week. That 30 billion goes to all them lot, all that satanistic wickedness, when you can use that money for yourself. You think they're going to give you blessings? How are they going to give you blessings by giving money? Where does it say in the book, give me money and then I'm going to bless you? Where does it say that? Where? It's just your greed, that's all it is. You're thinking, oh, if I give money, then they're going to bless me. You're an idiot. Nothing to do with money. It's just you so foolish. Like you're in love with money and think that my people are going to do whatever you want if you give them money. No, that's paedophilia, that is. You're getting that mixed up. That's paedophilia. And that's all sons on the front there with their suits and tie. They're all into paedophilia. Every last one. They're not allowed to. They're not allowed to be on that platform. That's like me coming on this platform and not talking about Father. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. When you go on their platforms, you talk about their nastiness. And when you come on Father's platform, you talk about Father's goodness. And that's all it is, son. And your sons are weak. That's why they can't come like this. They're weak. They hide behind the system. When the system's behind them, they can do all their wickedness to people. But now that system now has got problems, trying to get Satan's dance together, because that's all they're interested in. They're not interested in anything else. And this is why you're getting eaten now. Because when it was protecting you, what, 3 houses, 4 on the way? Shush, I'm speaking to you, smelly tramp. Thank you. Yeah, when it was 3 houses, 4 on the way, and we was coming up to you, and asking you for pleading help, what was you doing? Get a job. We're just asking you for help. We've been everywhere to try and get a job. He spits again. Get a job. And then starts sucking on his big cigar. Do you know how long it's been since I've smoked a cigarette, let alone a bleeding cigar? And I'm asking you for help and you're telling me about, wait. And I hate that sound, And then he goes and hurts the ground and spits on the floor. And this is where you see these white children doing it. Because the other day I was going to get some money in the post office and I'm waiting in the queue. And I see this little dotty stinking white boy with them trousers pulled halfway down. I'm thinking, there it is. One of them not chasing our footsteps. We was doing that in the 80s. And then watch him when he sees a rude boy like me. Watch him. Spits on the ground. Like I'm going to say, yeah. And then I'm going to spit on the ground to show that we're rude boys. And I've got my trousers pulled down. You're a damn idiot. That's what you are. You're a damn idiot. That's what you are. You're a damn tramp. Look at the state of you. Look at the state of your hair. You're an idiot. And you're getting this system to make you run around like you're something. You're selling drugs in your community to your own people. You're an idiot. And you're lucky it wasn't in my day because we would have robbed you. Go and ask about the Aggie crew. You're lucky it wasn't around when them boys was around in Bristol because I'm swear down. You would have turned into a priest straight away. Because them boys, they would have just took your clothes off and just taken all your clothes off. And your money. They would have treated you like a boy that you are. Right? But it's only true with the real soldiers, they've locked them all up. Or they've seen the light. And they're not into your nonsense no more. In your wicked white system. Just designed to hurt brown children. And just designed to think that it's going to take over the indigenous children. Remember, you are the foreigner. You are the stranger. You are the heathen. You are the alien. It's you. You are the foreigner. It's you. Right? And you're calling people all these other words. There's no such word as white people in the book. Go and have a look. And when you're looking at the pages, turn the pages gently. Right? There is no such thing as white people in the book at all. There is Gentiles in the book. and Gentiles come out of Japheth, which is in the north, and Ashkenazis come out of Gomer, and Gomer comes out of Japheth. So they are all the same family. But then they want to come and tell you that they're better than you. They can do this and this to your daughters, and they can do this and this to your wife, but they're all the same people. You're all mixed up, Rasta, all trying to be us. But you ain't got the mannerism or the behaviour, or you stop it, or you can't pull nothing out the sky, because you're idiots, and you're going to die soon, guys. Because you're still lying to the poor children, right? And one thing Father says, yeah, he doesn't mind you lying, because you are a stinking smell-lying bag. One thing in your organizations, right, you couldn't even tell the children Father's real name. And this is what he's going to kill you for. Right? You couldn't even tell the children his real name. Christianity don't know his name. Right? Because Ice next door doesn't even know. He said, Tees, it's only when I come here I found out that Father's name is Yahuwah. I didn't even know it. And I've been Christian all my life. I said, there it is there. There it is right there. You don't even know what Father's name is. And you're in that Christian thing. And then I ask you to give them money as well. And all that nonsense. And you still can't see that's a devil dance. And it still can't tell your Father's name. Same thing with Muslim as well. They wrote their own book. They call it the Quran, written by a man's hand. You can chuck that thing in the damn bin. Because that thing says if you prophesize a good lie to the people, you can have an adolescent boy give you a kiss. That's what that book says. That's what it says. And it has no power because it was written by a man's hand. These books here are not written by a man's hand. These books are like Father saying, come here, write this down. Right? These books are written from men. These are books from men's tradition, written by a man. They're no good, these books. There's no need to write a new book. There's already a book there. You don't need to write your book. Yeah, because you need to do yours so your sons fit in. Like there's 2 or 3 different Yahuwahs. There's only one Bombaclat nostril. Right? There isn't 2 or 3 different people who can do your nostril. You stupid, idiotic idiots. Right? And yet people say you're divine. What does divine mean? Right? Let me stop it. Let me show you what divine means. Divine means to take something out of the sky and chuck it at you softly and make something nice happen to you. Or take something out of the sky and chuck it at you aggressively and then you laugh and say, no, nothing happened. And then when you're on your own, something happens to you. That's divine, you stupid tramp. Can you do stuff like that? No, you can't. Because you're not connected to the right nostril, you damn tramp. Let me tell you something, one more. You see when Father comes, you know the trees, right? You know the grass, you know the mountains. What do? They get up and run. And Father, he starts showing off now. He says, no kids, look, just stay. He loves it. He loves it. You never seen trees get up and run, have you? Have you? No, you haven't. You never seen the grass neither. You get your dog to piss and shit on it. But when they see Father, what do? They get up ready to run. Because they're so frightened of him, but they respect him. But you think you're better than everything. The trees are frightened of Father. The mountain gets up and run. But you're better than the trees and the mountain. You! All you're going to be doing is screaming and gnashing of teeth and because you're soft, guys. You've never been through anything in life because this system has given you anything you need. Anything you need, I'll give you a loan. Anything you need, I'll sort it out for you. Because they want you to think they are God. And then now when they take this thing away from you, you don't know how to survive. Because it's been surviving for you all your life on purpose. But now it's Father dismantling it. And look at you now, all committing suicide. You know, because the farming's not working the way you want it to work. Well, racism is expensive, isn't it not? And now the farmers are doing what? They're all committing suicide. Because it's not yours. It's not yours. You ain't got the stamina to work it. And when you're doing racism, who's going to pick the crops? Huh? White people can't pick crops. They burn that in less than a day. Right? But you didn't think about that, did you, Donald? In your racism. Racism is expensive, isn't it not? I mean, it costs £250,000, right? For one of them tractors. And they've got loads of tractors, right? But now what have you got to do? You've got to sell your tractor. And then when you sell your tractor, go and give it to normal people. Because one more about these wicked people. You know what they used to do? You know your poo-poo and my poo-poo and everyone else's poo-poo. They'd get all that poo-poo together. They put it on their machine. And you know the thing that goes around on the soil right? And it sprays out stuff. Well, they put poo-poo on the machine, and then it sprays it all out on the soil. So when the crops are growing, it's got poo-poo in it. When you go and ask the government, they say, no comment. And then when you go and ask the farmers say, no comment. And then when you do catch one of them, he says, well, look, it's cheaper. Oh, here we go. It's not healthier. No, it's cheaper to throw poo-poo all over the soil to let the crops grow, so we're eating poo-poo. This is a Satan dance, guys. And they make sure we don't know how to grow our own crops. They make sure they get rid of grandma and grandpa, so they can't teach the children how to grow your own crops. Not to rely on them now, because once you get a tomato, and it's a good tomato, guys, the tomato's ever ready, and I'll wait for it, wait, here comes the injection, no, here comes the injection, no, I want to modify, it doesn't need modifying. And then what's he do? He gets the injection, and then he puts it into the tomato, and then he's modified it, and then he's giving it to us. This is what he does. It doesn't need injection, you know, it comes from the ground natural. Well, it doesn't, because it's got poo-poo on it when it's growing. These wicked people, Rasta. And then you wonder why you're sick. Yeah, they make you sick. Why? Because then you go to the pharmacy. Here's another one, guys. Go and ask your phone the meaning of this word, pharmacy. Nothing else, just the meaning of this word, pharmacy. These wicked and don't forget, right, these rich people, right, they are on even worse drugs than what we're on. Remember Michael Jackson, right? Not even the horse, right, could handle what Michael Jackson could handle, right? So all these people that you see on the TV, they're all drugged up, every last one of them. They cannot get out of bed, right, without the drugs, what the system's giving them. Trust me, I know. They're all a slave to that system, and they can't go up there on the TV and tell their lies until they get their drugs. So they're under it the same way we're under it, but they're under it worse because they sold their soul, right? And they ain't got no father to come and save them because they hurt the public and they hurt the earth. And they're telling children, that father said that the LBGT, the rainbow is for Bati and for Bati, which is a lie. It's for the people to say he's sorry for drowning the earth and sorry to the earth as well. So when you do see it, that's father saying, I love you guys and I'm sorry. But Bati had to come in it and then go and tell the children that father says that rainbow is also for if you want to have sex with bums, which is a lie. And that's what you're teaching in your boys in schools, right? And children, that is just nonsense, right? You need to ask your parents about Sodom and Amorah, not Gomorrah, Amorah. And father burnt it down, right? Completely burnt it down, right? And what we're seeing now, beautiful children, right? This is what makes this thing really scary, right? Homes are burning now with people in it. Homes are... You know, people going on holiday and come at your houses, but burning people in their homes. So what's he say? He says, flee. She's talking about she had to go and get the cat before she could flee. You think this thing is a time for getting cats and dogs? Your house is burning. And you're talking about your... You think this is a joke, didn't you? Your house is burning just because of the sun. And you still can't work it out. That is you it's coming for. All what's going on, beautiful children, is nature just showing white man, right, that a spirit called Urel, he controls the weather. Nobody else, none of these fools. And all father's doing, just showing off, doing this, doing that, doing that. They need 100, right, of their fire engines. Not one or two, 100, and it does nothing to it. This is father just showing them, you have no control over this land. When I was making the measurements, was you there? When I chuck down thunder, do you know where I'm throwing it so it doesn't hurt people? Are you there? Huh? Did I appoint you any land which starts to make you have joy on your face? That's what it says to me. Did I appoint you any land which then puts joy on that face of yours? Did I? Huh? Now these are in the... This is in... I don't know why you can't see it in the combative fears. Huh? And these are the questions you must answer. But they'll be gnashing of teeth and all that. You won't be able to hear him because you'll be in the lake of the fire. He'll just, just leave him down there. Just turn it up a little bit more. And he'll just turn it up more. You're the Kutram. And you'll have Satan there. You'll have Satan, right? You'll have the Antichrist, and you'll have modern Israel. And you can scream and shout at them all you like. Because that's for eternal. And you couldn't listen to people telling you to get out of these people. They're all devil children. I don't know how much more we can explain that they're all devil children. All of them. Every last one of them that you see on any of their platforms. Because he wouldn't have it any other way. Wouldn't have it any other way. That's like you coming on this platform, and you couldn't come on this platform unless you passed father's degree. Meaning, you'd have to have a circumcised penis. Otherwise you couldn't come in here at all. There is no way you could come. I don't care if your heart's circumcised. Right? This is 12 tribes of Israel way. This is not the Jesus way, where you can circumcise your heart and come in. Not this way. This way is the penis, because he comes through you oracally. Go find out what oracle means. And that's how he comes through you, through the penis. And he done my penis, if you remember. Made me get it caught in a zip. That's how important it was. He made it done. I made you have to go and do it. Even though you said no one else can get it done. No one. But he said, move out the way. Go and circumcise my son. And you had to do it when I was an infant. It was only infants get their things caught when they were a little boy. So you couldn't stop father's plan, could you? Because it's happening in real time right in front of you, you little stupid tramp. While you're running around with our riches. He gave you the riches. But it still wasn't enough. You still had to go and do a deal with Satan. And now you're trillions in debt with Satan. Right? And he's going to want his money. And how he's going to want his money, he's going to say, listen, just give me your arm. And if your arm's bandaged, don't worry, give me your forehead. Right? Well, you owe me money. You owe me money, Rasta. And you're paying me my money. And if you ain't got my money, you're taking this mark. Or if not, I'm going to come down on you. And what are you going to do? Huh? Have you got the money to pay him 70 grand? Have you got the 60 grand, the 30 grand, the 20 grand, the 10 grand? Have you got the money what you owe him? Huh? Have you got it? Good. You don't see what the DHS is doing. If you owe DHS any money, yeah, there's a law in now, right, coming 2 months ago. Whatever you owe them, they can take it anyhow. Any sort of money you got, they can take it if you owe the DHS money. They're not joking, they're cashing in down, and they're coming for poor people. Why? Because they want you to take the mark. That's why. And it says up here, if you ever take that mark, there's going to be sores. The first bowl, right, guys, it says sores from the mark of the beast. So Father's going to pull out a bowl of sores. And all those who took that mark, you're going to have sores on you. And there's another 6 bowls that's going to happen to you. It's going to be scary, guys. And they're not telling you this. They're ill preparing you for what's coming. They're ill preparing you. Right? And it's not our duty to tell you, because you hate us, remember? They told you to hate us. You've taken everything from us. Remember? Let's not make them be a nation. Remember? That's us. Right? That's us. You don't believe it. Psalms chapter 83 verse 4. And in some of the Bibles, chapter 83 is not in there. Some of the Bibles, they haven't put 83 in there. But it's in there. Chapter 83 verse 4. Let's not make them a nation. Let's not make them be in any remembrance. That's what you're trying to do. You little tramp. And then you try to replace us with them little stupid boys that you've got. How dare you? How dare you? Just because you don't love Father. Because if you did love Father, you'd look after his kids. Like it says that I profound my inheritance and I gave them to you. Right? And you showed them no mercy, it says. And you put a heavy oak on the children and on the age. Doesn't it say that? Isaiah chapter 47. It says, come and sit down, you princess of Babylon. Come and sit in the dirt, it says. Read it, you damn tramp. Then it says, open your legs. Doesn't it say that? You damn tramp. I bet you'll never be a widow, yeah? Father's got something for you here, sir. Because when it comes to desecrating women who think they're something, Father's the one. Because they're not telling you these things. You're living in Lanty land. And it's very scary, guys, what we've got coming. Very scary. No idea. Don't let it change you, yes sir. Don't let it change you. Right? Them children will never have money. Never. They're not children of money. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. One more thing. What they forgot to teach you, yeah, is a thing called sound and vibration. When you was doing all your wickedness to the children, yeah, there's a thing called sound and vibration, especially the vibration. And the vibration goes with the energy of the earth. So when you play this kind of music, yeah, the earth will always dance to it. Now you heard this is Gentiles, but it's played a certain way. When Satan plays it, he takes the love out of it. And then they bless it. The warlords and the witches. They go in their executive room and they bless it with all their nastiness, and then they release it to you. That wicked music. Right? You need to understand sound and vibration. That music's got no sound and vibration. It's children of Satan who create that nonsense down. Children of Satan.
You heard what they said. He said that when he was whole,
nothing godly in them at all.
And I that he is a part
children of Satan.
Whitney was talking about children of our future. We have stumbled upon them. Because I've been searching high, and I've been searching low, and I have not been getting any results. But that said what he said. TT, we got you. Don't worry. You said what you said.
This new generation is so soft, says the same people who were crying 50 years ago over having to share a water fountain with a black person.
Jim Crow began being dismantled in 1954 and it was totally dismantled by 1968. Now, a lot of people that were around during that time are still alive. The children during that time are between the ages of 50 and 80 today. And just because they were children when this was happening, and they may or may not remember it, didn't mean that they weren't taught these ways, because who raised them? The very people that lived through segregation raised them. That's why we see a lot of people being openly racist, especially the boomers, because this is what they grew up with. So yes, young one, you said that the same people complaining that this younger generation is soft are the same people that were complaining about drinking from the same water in the fountain as somebody with a different color as them. And here we are today, still seeing them cry because they're not the superior race, as they tried to continue to be the superior race. Not all of them.
You never got anything.
And let's also not forget the people of color that ask.
You never got anything. You always want us to support you. We do the work and you get a promotion.
Let me know what you think in the comments.
You know, I'll never forget the day a white buddy of mine said black people don't deserve equality.
Why not?
Because they could never get enough.
White people.
And that's true. White people are actually scared of equality. That's just how racist we are as a people. It's not just that one person. White culture in general. Probably I would say most white people, when they hear the word equality, they fear that white people will be oppressed because brown, black, and indigenous people might actually get what's fair and just.
Of course you will.
That's just how racist we are. And we're so obsessed with the idea of not having equality in America for black, brown, and indigenous people that we don't have health care. that we don't have economic.
The reason why you don't have healthcare in America, oh yeah, is because brown children can't get it. That's the reason why they don't give you healthcare in America. I've got to tell you that, yeah. This is how wicked Americans are. Right, they prefer, right, for their own people not to have it, just so brown children don't have it. And that's the reason why there's not healthcare in America. Wicked, isn't they? Wicked white man. We're just wicked.
With the idea of not having equality in America for black, brown.
Remember, I've never had a cold before, and Father makes sure that he looks after his kids that we don't have to go to. Because if I went to you for an operation, God, mate, I'd come out, you take all my livers and stuff like that and give it to yourselves. You would, of course you would. You do that all the time. You do it all the time. You always take our organs and stick it into your dead white organs. Go and look it up. Look for it's not hidden. Go and look it up. But they're still calling people nignog and gollywog. Sorry, Grandma. Right? But they're still stealing our organs to keep that pale complexion afloat. And do you know, a pale horse is a dying horse because it's in pale complexion. Pale is a dying horse. The pale horse is known as a dying horse because the complexion is in dying flesh. Pale complexion is a dying flesh. They lied to you again about this looking pale and looking pale, but the sun doesn't agree with it, guys. And you need to start waking up to truth, not to stuff that man's telling you, you know, to make his nonsense fit, which is brutalized all of humanity to make that nonsense fit. And now all indigenous children either are aware of that white complexion or they're frightened of that white complexion because of its behavior. There's no good behavior in that complexion at all, right? And there's about 1 million good white people who even behave better than me, right? But then there's 6 billion over here. So when you get the 1 billion who behave better than me and you mix them in with the 6 billion, you can't find them. You can't find them. And that's the problem with white people.
And indigenous people, that we don't have health care, that we don't have economic equality, we don't have reasonable gun laws. Our liberties are being stripped because we have a fascist, racist, white supremacist regime in office because we are so scared of equality. We're so scared that black and brown folks might become the majority one day. That we had a black president, and now we've got to have a white supremacist president. That's how scared we are of equality. That's how racist we are as a people. Go to the fucking root. The root of America's problems. The root of the white man and the white woman, their problems in America and the world. If you think about it, colonialization, white supremacy, the mentality of white people today, not just yesterday, today, right now, the denial, racially, the silence, the apathy, the continuous gaslighting, all that fucking shit. That's ruined us. It's ruined white people, and it's ruining our nation. And whose fault is it? White people's fault. Their inability to fucking fix their goddamn problem. Until we fix white supremacy, everything we try will fail. It's dysfunctional and it's toxic. And Trump and this regime is the perfect proof of all that shit. How we got in this fucking mess? White people's bullshit. White people's racist fucking bullshit.
You heard it first.
Period.
You heard it first.
If this product isn't right for you, we promise to immediately refund 10 times your purchase price. Yes, you heard that right. We offer a 90-day risk-free guarantee. If you're not satisfied, you get 10 times your money back. That's how confident we are. These cosmetic dentures take just 1 second to put on and are perfect for everyone. Whether you have a full set of teeth, missing teeth, or no teeth at all, there's no need for messy adhesives, dentist visits, or appointments.
You can't understand how powerfully racist that question is, can you? Because you could never ask a white author, when are you going to write about black people?
Do you think that there is still and will forever be a black-white divide?
No. It's only kept alive because it's useful. When it stops being useful, they'll get rid of it.
Useful to whom?
To white people.
To white people, obviously.
They need it.
Of course they do.
The Well, that is attributing a kind
They
of
have no
willful
culture.
intent
Their culture
versus
is
willful.
white supremacy
It's
and
irrational.
bullying.
Everybody knows it doesn't make any sense.
Of course it doesn't. It scares
But they hang
people.
on to this totally unscientific,
It scares
mythological,
people, and they
metaphorical
think that they
notion
can
of
rule.
division that is
But it's how they
wasteful.
came to rule.
It costs
They
a
murdered,
lot.
killed,
It
raped, pillaged,
diminishes the people
and they
who
got
feel that
themselves
way.
there.
And it
And then the
hurts the
children who
people
was
who
rude
don't
to their
feel
king
that way.
and to their
When
father,
they don't
he
need
brought
it,
them there
as in
to
wartime.
fix that.
They get rid of
And
it.
let them lynch them and all that. Because you
When they
lynched
don't
your
need
king.
it economically,
You
they get rid
lynched
of
your
it.
king.
But if you
Acts
need it in order to
10:39
solve some
says, we are
political problem,
witnesses. Judea
or to
and
justify
Jerusalem,
a
their
land
own children,
grab,
lynched
or
their
you
king.
need
You hanged him.
workers
You hanged
who
him.
are dependent
And this is why you see them
on
hanging in
you,
America. Because
and
you
can
hanged your
convince
king.
them that,
What do you think this
$2
is?
an hour, $5 an hour is enough, then you use it.
What do you think this is?
It has
You can't hang your king
powerful
and then expect nothing to happen to you. Put his blood on us
But you are
and our
saying
kids.
that
Whoa.
whites have a willful,
Careful what you wish for.
malicious intent as far as. I think this is
But
another
now,
question.
we all love Jesus, and that's the wrong name. That's
So it's
Hell
there.
Zeus. You can't even
This
find his real
malice
name.
is there. That's why I ask you, do you think it's erratic?
And then you want him to come and start
Well,
remembering you. It just
it'll
is
take
far
some
from you, man. You live lawless, man. You
But
never
let
back
me
to
tell
tears.
you,
You
you
didn't even know my
cannot
name.
enslave people
You couldn't even find out my name.
kill races of people,
Rasta.
whole races in a continent.
Tell her try your best just to make it quick. Woman, tend to the sick. Tell her try your best just to make it quick. Woman, tend to the sick. Cause there must be something she can do. This heart is broken in two. Tell her it's a case of emergency. There's a patient by the name of Ricky. Only you alone can quench this your thirst. My night nurse, oh God, oh the pain is getting worse. I don't wanna see no dark. I need attendance from my nurse around the clock. Cause there's no prescription for me. She's the one, the only remedy. My night nurse. Only you alone can quench this thirst. My night Tell her try your best just to make it quick. Woman, tend to the sick. Cause there must be something she can do. This heart is broken in two. Tell her it's a case of emergency. There's a patient by the name of Ricky.
Yeah, we'll let you get away with that one.
Only you alone can quench this your thirst. My night nurse, oh God, oh the pain is getting worse. I don't wanna see no dark. She's the one, the only remedy.
No side effects, no story. Yeah.
Only you alone can quench this rush. My nightmares. No pain is continuous.
Giving you my soul. And I shall. No, never die. I'll come in.
I don't wanna see no dark.
You got the wrong team in it. You got the wrong team.
The tenderness from my lips
Around the clock. We're flooded screaming away.
Cause there's no prescription for me. She's the one, the only remedy. Only you alone can quench this
Nice shit, nice shit.
My nightmares. Oh, the pain is getting worse. I've hurt my love. And I'm sure no doctor can cure. My nightmares.
Yeah, that was a nice tune as well. I like that one. That one was nice as well. The British, even the bells, you hear it. I hear it. Even they liked it. Any more British? Any more British?
How can I just let you walk away? Just let you leave without a trace. When I stand here thinking every day, you're the only one really need. How can you just walk away from me when all I can do is watch you leave? 'Cause you shed the laughter and the pain, and even shed the tears. You're the only one who really need love. So take a look at me now. There's just an empty space. There's nothing left here to remind me. Just a memory of your face. Take a look at me now. There's just an empty space. You coming back to me is against the odds, and that's what I'm gonna I wish I could just make you turn around and see me cry. There's so much I need to say to you, so many reasons why. You're the only one who really knew me all. So take a look at me now. There's just an empty space. There's nothing left here to remind me. Just a memory of your face. So take a look at me now. There's just an empty space. How can I just let you walk away? Just let you leave without a trace. When I stand here taking every breath,
Oh, yeah.
you're the only one who really knew me love.
Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing nice. And I hope you're realizing that life is beautiful though, because there's new things coming. You best believe it, guys. For all of us. Everything's up on board now. Everything's up on board. You got to ask for it. You got to plead for it. So please, Father. Been hearing T and whatever talking about all this good stuff. I want to be involved. You tell him you want to be involved. I said, alright, come. Take your shoes off. You can't go in your house with shoes, can you? You're stepping into a new world. You can't be walking in your house with shoes. No, I don't see that. And you got all these beautiful spirits in there, and you're walking in with shoes, and you're eating pork. Stop it. Leave it. I have no idea on this. Music could be, and you in their spirit, and you're eating pork, and you got pork on your breath, and you're bowing down to your hua with pork on your breath. You won't hear it at all, yes sir? Not at all. You can't do it your way. It says no pork. Not sometimes. No pork. No, please. It says no pork. Right? No pork. You stay there.
Hear the blood in my veins, just as black and whispering as the rain on the streets of Philadelphia. Ain't no angel gonna greet me. It's just you and I, my friend. And my clothes don't fit me no more. 1,000 miles just to slip this ski. Night is falling, blind awake. I can feel myself fading away. So receive me, brother, with your faithless kiss. Or will we leave each other alone like this on the streets of Philadelphia?
I'm waiting for the sun to come up here. And I'm gonna have to pop that as well. And unless you get him to do it. Unless you get my man to do it, please. Right, I'm ready to chill out. I'm ready to chill out. I'm ready to chill out. This time, 3:15. Alright, do another one. And then that's it. And that's it. You can go there. You can go there. You do one more. Alright, last tune. I mean this time. Last tune. Who cares? You're just in a beautiful place. You beautiful town. Don't worry about Satan children, they're everywhere. But there's still good children as well. So concentrate on the good children, not the Satan children. DDMC at time. There's good children around as well. Don't be that. And they're getting outdone. You know, white supremacy is coming up everywhere, and people that disassociate themselves with it. No, don't disassociate yourself with it. You know, wear the flag with it, the BNP and the NF flag. Wear it now. There we go. The question is, right? Here's the question. You know the KK, right? You know when them idiots felt like they belonged to something, right? Did you see how immaculate their outfits were? I mean, there wasn't even a crease in it, right? So the question is, where are the women who were washing and ironing these KKK outfits? Because there wasn't even a crease in them outfits. And he doesn't even know how to wash his boxer shorts, let alone wash them without a crease in it. So where are these women that was hiding all these KKK outfits? And there's another thing, because you don't see them in charity shops, are they? So where are they? You know, where are they? Where are they? Where are they hidden? In which attic are they hidden? Because they're not been in charity shops, and I can guarantee you they haven't been burnt. So the what's she name now? The fish wife, there she is. The fish wife. Where is it? Where have you hidden them? Huh? Where have you hidden them? So you really think that you're going to make America great again by bringing back that nonsense? You really think that, innit? Listen to me, you keep forgetting. We was in detention, right? Remember, you couldn't even organise your way out of a flipping paper bag, right? We was given to you. You wouldn't even have the audacity to know even how to conquer us. Father gave us for 430, don't forget 30 years, right? And your problem is, right, you just can't let go of the inheritance, innit? That's what you can't let go. Because there'd be no more Edward Colston. What about Cabot Circus? There'd be no more Cabot Circus, right? But here our Father said, some of them children, they're unique, right? So when you go to Isaiah chapter 47, it says, come here, right? Come and sit down on the dirt and come and open your legs, right? Because I profound my inheritance and I gave them to you, right? And look at what you've done to my inheritance. Doesn't it say that? Doesn't it say that? But you still want the inheritance. Did you hear what the man said? He profound his inheritance. Not your inheritance, his inheritance. So that means the children are, wait for it, his inheritance. And some of them come from a tribe called Levi. Now go and find out about that tribe. There's another 11 tribes. Go and find out about that tribe. And go and find out what they get and what they don't get. And they are our inheritance children. And you have no right to even say good morning to them children. Right? And if you say good morning the wrong way, Father will make sure you never say good morning again. You stay there. Because you see these Levi children, yeah? These Levi children, they do not go against Father. And let me show you where you can find that. You can find that in Deuteronomy, double number, chapter 33, verse 8. And what does it say? And read it. What does it say about the children of Levi? Deuteronomy, double number, the same number we crucified the king. We killed him at age 33. Chapter 8. Go and read it. What it tells you about Levi. Go and read it. You're damn trying. That's his inheritance. That's completely, that just changes the whole game. The whole game. Right? And you is a little boy that has no inheritance. Right? You's a little boy. Right? You have no birthright neither. So you think that you can come and take the people's little birthright, what their parents leave them, and think you can come and take it. Huh? But back in my day, we used to get inheritance from your good grandma. You couldn't tax it. I feel sorry for you now. You know, if your grandma leaves you any inheritance, they tax it. Right? And the wickedest thing about that, right, it has to go through a solicitor before it gets to you. So it's the same thing as when you work with them and you think 1 week, I need to get my kids' school uniform. I just talked to the gate master and just told him I can pay him next week with the tax. He says, don't worry about the tax. Oh, that's good, thanks. I'll pay. No. It comes out automatically. Excuse me? You haven't even asked me. No, it comes out automatically. So whatever problem you've got with your kid, you sort that out with your kid. But we take our tax. And that's how wicked that system is. They tell you about television, right? They boost up this stupid thing called television with all sellouts that drink blood and strangle animals and then watch other people get murdered and then say, Israel's got to protect itself. And then expect people to believe you on that platform when you don't even stick up for humanity. And then now all these bad things are happening to you and you want people to have pity on you. You're in your house, you got to flee, it says, flee. The word is flee, flee. Some stupid woman's talking about grabbing the cat. Flee, it says, flee. Don't look back. She looked back. He turned her into a pillar of salt. What do you think, this is a joke? Huh? What do you think, this is a joke? Where you can still worry about those stupid material things and not worry about yourself. You're worrying about the cats. The house is burning and you're worried about the damn cat. You don't even get us some knickers or some brassiere or anything clean. She's worried about the cat. Listen to me, grown up people. One thing with you white people, right? They didn't grow you up with the basics. They grew you the other way around to show off with other people's riches that you stole. Right? And the thing what Jesus, when he used that name, was trying to teach the children, right, is you'll get all that after, all that riches. You need to learn how to behave yourself. We don't want that. We wanted to give it to us now, otherwise we're going with King Herod. And that is what they did. Because they wanted Jesus to give them the power now so they could beat you all up and then have the same way as they have. So he might as well give it to them. Excuse me. And he said that. I might as well give it to the Gentiles. There's no difference between you and the Gentiles. Because all you want to do is beat the Gentiles up and show up to them and say, we're better than you. But you're missing the concept of the story. Here's the concept of the story. The Gentiles didn't enslave you. Right? This is why you're so stupid. This is why they call you stiff-necked fools. Let's go again. The Gentile, right, didn't enslave you. Father asked him for a favor. That's the first favor. And then he asked him for another favor, which was Romans chapter 11, verse 11, double numbers. It's two favors he's asked Gentiles for, right? Gentiles didn't plan and sit down and plot and scheme and then come and got you. They didn't do that. They was given you. The only way Gentiles went wrong, the only way they went wrong, right, is the Bible that you had in your hands. Now, if they didn't take that and they left that now, they would have been nice. They would have been nice, because to enslave you, to beat you, to take your children and do what they want, to lynch you and have a picnicker, which is called a picnic, they was allowed to do all that because you did that to the king, right? And then you said, put his blood on us and our kids. And there is witnesses, right, to Acts chapter 10 verse 39. We are witnesses. You can't say nothing to that. And then he says, what are you witnesses to? We are witnesses that his own children, I don't believe you, children from Judea and children from Jerusalem, which is written Jerusalem, right, lynched their own king off a tree. Doesn't it not say that? And these tramps even said, put his blood on us and our kids. So what happened there was they went and brutalized a place called, wasn't called America, it was called Indigenous America. It was never called America. It was called indigenous. And what they're forgetting to tell you, it wasn't just indigenous children there as well. There was Hebrews there as well. I have the picture of it. There's two of us that was there. And you murdered all them, right? The father says, don't worry, because now you're going to need it to look Hollywood. Wait. And then he got a boat called the White Lion boat. There it is there. He even made him write on it, White Lion, right? Because that means you got all the cubs of fathers on your White Lion boat. And father said, call it White Lion, come. And he brought that boat in. And that boat there was the boat he said, put his blood on us and our kids. And father said, don't worry about that. I'll go and put him blood upon you, yes, come here. And then he brought you to America. Perfect timing. As they murdered, he brought you there to fix it. And to work as a slave. And to get lynched as well. And to have pick a nigger. And have you swinging off trees. And got you to build that bloody place. Right? However, the 22nd of June 1948, he got his remnant to come in. And they didn't come to that bloody place. They went to Great Britain. And they came in on a beautiful boat, and it was called Wait. It wasn't called White Lion. And there weren't no slavery where you had a compartment there just for children, so you could have sex with the children and then take them and chuck them off the river. Not that. They came off a boat called the Windrush, right? And they were all minstrel children. Go and find out the meaning of the word minstrel. And those were those children there who came up, and they came to a place called Great Britain, where the king was a black man, and his name was King James, and he ruled here, and he ruled Ireland, sorry, and he ruled France, King. And there's a picture of him there, and it's his Bible. That's why it's called King James. And he wrote 56 scholars here, 100 scholars there, and then they changed it to whatever. That is who we are. So don't let them fool you, right? So Father knows who his children are, right? And you disrespect your king. You can't disrespect your king and expect to be all right. You know, batting with these people here and then selling out your king because you want to be like King Herod. You're a sellout. That's what you are. And to me, you mean pretend to say you come from royalty, right? And you go and lower yourself to that. You didn't deserve it though. You're damn right you didn't. You didn't deserve it. And because of that you lost it. There's no way back for you, man. You're a sellout. You didn't teach the children nothing. The children are talking Jesus. They're talking Lord. They're talking about having an operation because they want to be a woman. They're talking about having an operation because they want to have bosom. All this foolishness you're teaching them. They're thinking it's alright to wear their trousers halfway down and show their bums and stuff like just foolishness, right? And when I was growing up as a child, and your mum used to say, quickly, hurry up and go to the toilet, son, the public toilet. And when I'm going there, your mum used to say, don't look at the wall. And I'd say, okay, mum. But when I'm going to the toilet, I'm looking at the wall. There's pure phone numbers. There's pure live phone numbers of men, leaving their nasty phone numbers and drawing pictures of willies and telling you what they want to do to your willy. All on it. But now you've got the internet now. That nastiness just goes on the internet, so you can imagine what it was like. Because back in my day, they used to write their name and their phone number. That's how nasty these sons were, just to have dirty sex. And guess where you find them? In a toilet. In a toilet. It's that nasty. And this was going on when I was a child. These nasty sons. And then they want to come and tell you, right? Wait. Thank you. Then they want to come and tell you guys. That's just the way it is. You're an embarrassment to truth. Right? You're an embarrassment to truth, Dan.
Don't you believe it?
to love yourself. Yeah, white people are infectious, man. But don't want you to enjoy yourself unless they put some sort of control. That's what enjoy, is it? That's control. You're very controlling, white people. You're very controlling, man. Very. That's why people move away from you, man. You're too controlling, man. See? And you was no control because you're lying. It's just lies that you keep making up. Of how great you are. Not. So we're just antisocial, you know, we do this, we do that. It's an embarrassment to good behaviour, but This is why people don't do good behaviour around white people at all. They just keep away from them, bro. Because you don't recognise good behaviour, guys. You know you don't. Not at all. Not at all. And if you do, you wanna come and put a white face next to it. And all that nonsense. I remember once, right? You know, we call it now, the Twin Towers, right? I remember once the Twin Towers came down, right? And this black man, right? He went along and saved all these children, right? And you know what they done? They made a documentary out of it, and they made it into a white man. Until the black man had to come himself and say, no, it wasn't you, it was me. And this is what they do. This is what they do, try and get their white boys to say they're hero. You can't find not one white boy or white man that's done anything for the people. What's he done? What? He's got everyone's money, and he hasn't done not one thing. Not one thing has he done. Well, come and show me what he's done so we can congratulate him. One, and he's got everybody's money. He's got everybody's money, and what has he done? Apart from giving money for weaponry and war to blow up things and spend so much money on war. And then you've got to pay these people who work in, we call it now, in, what's the word I'm looking for? They work in factories, building weaponry. You know how much money that is? So they've constantly got a job, ain't they? Making bullets and stuff, doing to harm and kill people. You smelly, stinking white tramps. And this is what you do. You make weaponry to harm and kill people. Like you, for instance, we can't know, Ukraine, right? Now Ukraine has a problem because they started messing around with nuclear, right? Now they got this nuclear that is in the ground. And every now and then it keeps rising up. Now if this thing rises up, we die. And every now and then they got to keep pushing it down. Right, they're not telling you about this, are they? Ukraine, and this same bastard Ukraine, these wicked sons. What are you doing messing around with nuclear? You messed around with that one, man, and you can't. If that rises up, we die. And every minute they got to keep pushing it. Well, what are you doing messing around with these things for, these white sons? Because all they want to do is control the world. That's all they want to do with their foolishness. Endangering people's lives. Because you want to control the world. You do. When you're the last species on the planet, you are. The last. And no nature works with you. No nature elements. The elements outside will kill you. Not the children, don't have to worry about you. The elements outside will kill you. The elements outside. And that's what's going on now. Burning you in your house. It's telling you to flee, and you're worried about the stupid cat. You're worried about the stupid cat when your life's in danger, and you're like, that is white people for you. That is white people for you. They've never shown you your house ever burning before. You just in your house, and your house just catch on fire. BAM! And that's because of the sun. And it came straight to your house. Didn't go to anyone else's house, but it went to yours. And you still can't work it out. But I'm a good person. Maybe you are. But when you open the foot of who you came out of, he's not a good person. I can guarantee you that. And your forefather and forefather are not good people at all. I can guarantee you that. But what they did, they hid who they were and changed it and put all their white faces there and said they're good people. They're not. They're devil incarnates, they are. The good children are children of different colours. They're the ones who have set everything in this dance. They're the ones that nature won't burn. They're the ones that nature won't burn their houses, but they'll burn yours. Right? Because you're not the children. You don't look after the earth. You're not the children. You're not the children. The earth doesn't like you. You don't look out for the earth. You think you're better than the earth. That's the whiteness in you. You can get your dogs to piss and shit everywhere. And that's the whiteness in you. That's that whiteness in you, bro. You piss and shit everywhere. You don't respect nothing. You think you're better than everyone else. You're not nice children, man.
For those people to be dead. If you could get in an airplane in Brazil and fly around and shoot Indians for sport.
That's what they do. You're killing people for sport.
You have to persuade yourself that they are sport. Now, I don't know if that's malice or psychosis,
but it exists. And the people who do it know it. They know that they are living a lie.
Of course they are.
Do you think that there is something inherent in us, in whites, that undervalues someone whose skin is not the same colour as ours?
It's not inherent at all. It's taught. It's taught by theologians. It's been taught by scientists. Racism is a scholarly affair. It is totally ingrained in the education that we receive. The history. Encyclopedias are full of outrageous claims about whiteness, about blackness. You can feel better, no matter what your pitiful little life is like, no matter how many times you lose, no matter how poor your existence. If you encounter a black person,
you're a joke.
You can feel better.
You have in your writings certainly marginalised whites.
Not me.
Why are they of a particular interest to you, or seemingly no particular interest?
Well, I was interested in another kind of literature that was not just confrontational.
This is what they can't get in their head.
I was really interested in black leadership. And I wanted to do, I think, for me the allegory or the parallel is black music.
Black music.
Which is as splendid and complicated and wonderful as it is.
But you can't.
Because its audience was within its primary audience. The fact that it has become universal, worldwide, anyone, everyone can play it, and it has evolved, is because it wasn't tampered with and editorialized within the community. So I wanted the literature that I wrote to be that way. I could just go straight to where the soil was, where the fertility was in this landscape. And also, I wanted to feel free, not to have the white gaze.
Yeah, you'd kill it. You'd commercialise it, you'd kill it.
That was so precious to me, which is the word.
And you will maintain this safe place for yourself, for your art? You don't think you will ever change and write books that incorporate white lives into them substantially?
There's no commercialising it at all.
In a substantial way.
Nothing white
You
in it
can't
at all.
understand how powerfully
And
racist
you'll never understand it. You never will.
Because you could never ask a white author, when are you going to write about black people?
You can humble yourself in that complexion, then you might be able to see truth.
Or she did or not. Even the inquiry comes from a position of being in the center.
And being used to being in the center.
And being used to being in the center. And saying, you know, is it ever possible that you will enter the mainstream? It's inconceivable that where I already am
put yourself in the
is
south,
the
and
mainstream.
you can't even handle the south.
Oh no, that wasn't the implication of my question. I think you are very, very much in the mainstream. It's a question of the subject of your narrative, whether you want to alter the parameters of it, whether you see any benefit in doing that, or will you clearly see disadvantages in doing it?
I was not going to grow your own
Artistic disadvantages. There are no pluses for me. Being an African American writer is sort
they
of
go
like being
behind you,
a
but
Russian.
at the side of you. They don't go no closer.
Writes about
They
Russia
are the wild branches.
in Russian.
They're not
For
natural
Russians.
branches, done.
And the fact that
And
it
they've
gets
done
translated
too much
and read
wickedness
by other
to
people
humanity
is a benefit.
to be accepted.
It's a plus.
In any kind of
But he's not
humanity.
obliged
Until they confess what
to
they've
ever
done.
consider writing about French people or Americans or anybody.
No outdoor unit, no expensive installation costs. You can easily take this brand new portable air conditioner for heating and cooling with you.
This is all you do, the West. You're very good at selling things. This is all you're good at. Selling stuff. That stops you concentrating on who you are. Because you're so busy selling this and I've got this business to do and I've got that to do. What about you? What about you? All you know about is these materials that he keeps giving you. I can make money off this. What about you? What about you? You keep telling me about these things. What about you? You don't even know what father's name is. Why? Because you know about all these things. What about you? You're still not getting it, are you? You're still stupid. So when they come out the sky, what are you going to do? Play them out with your toys. What about you? And this is what they're directing you away from. What about you? And you still can't answer me, can you?
Anywhere. It cools the room down to ice cold in just
Always got something to sell you, these people. Really good at selling you stuff. Right? But can't tell you anything about you.
Hello brothers and sisters, I'm hoping that you are doing great from wherever you're watching this video from. Now I think you can already see that we are having all this generation that they are so much tired with what their parents are doing. They're so much tired and they can see the hypocrisy and they're deciding and they're saying that we are not being part of your hypocrisy. We are not doing that with you. This is not what we're going to be doing. And so they're going in the contrary of what they should have done, of what they should have said. And they are making the right decision. And I think somehow this is getting somewhere, because at least we are seeing a new generation. At least we are having a safer society, at least in the contemporary America, where the young generation are saying that, we are done, we are tired with all those things that you did, because they've learned the history. And so many times, and I've told you, so many times they've always tried to hide history from their own, even their young kids. They've tried to hide history from them so that they don't get to know the truth. And you understand, information is power. And so when all these young white kids get all this information, you definitely see how they're powerful and how they're dragging their own parents into it and how they're dragging their own family members. And they're even seeing the social norms. They're seeing how their parents are talking inside the house. And I told you.
Because I know not why.
How
but a lot of people
they're
don't know
seeing
that.
Their parents hypocritical is in the sense that
And that's
in
a
the
lie you
daytime,
told to people.
they're seeing their parents.
And you have to suffer for that lie. And you still don't want to excuse me. Excuse me. And you still don't want to tell people this truth. You still want to carry on with this white lie to tell people how great white is. And what's happening, your children are turning against it. And you don't want your children turning against you. Because once the children lift this curse that's on them, the curse falls on you. The curse falls on you parents. And you parents are an absolute joke. Do you hear me? You parents are a joke. We're talking from the parents to the grandparents to the great-grandparents. You're a joke, man. You're an absolute joke. We don't even need you to do anything for us. We don't. Right? Because you've seen the 50s and the 40s, right? We're doing it ourselves. Right? And we're capturing the children in that. And we're telling them Father's name. We're not telling them stuff that you tell us in church to do, all that church bollocks nonsense. We're not listening to you. You're an embarrassment. And this is why you got all this disease and infection, and you're still going to them stupid churches, and you're still in that stupid, Prince Hall masonry. All that nastiness is going to come back on you, and Father's going to expose you in front of everyone. We don't want nothing from you. You stay in your temple church giving them 30 billion every Sunday. Did Father ever say to you in the Bible to give money? Did he ever say to you, you must give people money, or you must take money from people? Where does it say that in there? But you just like to do it your own way. Everything is your own way, isn't it? Right? The only time you ever see Emmanuel get vexed is when you start turning his father's home into a whorehouse. When you started selling stuff and gambling, that's the only time you saw him vexed. And you're still doing that since now. And then when you go into your churches, you've got all these rainbows with LBGT. And you're still going to them churches when Father says not to do them things. Well, good luck you go to them churches, because it looks like you need to belong to a lie. And Father's making you believe the lie, since you're like they're losing so much. You stay in there. We don't want you around us. You can't even teach children. They're burning children as a sacrifice. You can't even stick up for children. But don't worry, because over here, it's called a lake of fire over here. Not there. That's the prison. Not that. We pick that up and we just put that there. Not that. That is a lake of fire. Now that is eternal. It never stops. It's forever and ever. And you can't even picture it, but try. Forever and ever and ever. Try. And ever and ever and try. And ever and ever. What you're doing, just burning forever. And sometimes Father just says, let me just turn it up a little more. and he just turns it up more. Because don't think it can go up, 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 up. It just depends what mood he's in. And forever and ever and ever. And that's what you do, just burning forever and ever. So all the children that you've been burning and pleasing Satan, don't worry, you can scream and shout at him. You can scream and shout at the children, which is modern Israel. And you can scream and shout at the Antichrist. He's going to show himself soon. So don't worry. There's plenty screaming and wailing. Wait. And gnashing of teeth. Plenty. For all the wickedness you've done. Because all the children you've killed, don't worry. They come again. Because when they do come, the first people who rise is the people who died. Right. And this is what martyr means. Martyr doesn't mean killing white people and saying, Allahu Akbar. It doesn't mean that at all. That's just foolishness. A martyr means when you die for Emmanuel, because most of them prophets said when he died, oh, I don't know him, it weren't me, I don't know. And he told him, I said, listen, when the club drew a tree time, right, you are going to refuse. Not me. How can you say that? And you've put all this magic in me. Why would I do that? Him say, yeah, mate. When the clock crew a tree times, you, right, will deny me. I don't know why you keep saying that, man. I am your loyal soldier. Him say, all right. And then what happened? What happened? Most of those 12 disciples, when you read Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, they sold him out, done. Right? And that's what most of you lot are. Most of you lot are a sellout, done. Right? You adults who are supposed to pass this thing on. Right? The children don't even know Father's name. Right? Christianity says his name's Lord. Christianity says his name's God. No, Lord is Baal. That's what Lord means in Hebrew. It means Baal. And God means multiple gods. They hide behind gods. Today's this God, tomorrow's that God. Next week will be that God, and week after next it will definitely be that God. Unless they say to you, God of Israel. But don't forget, small g. You know the small g? You know the small g? That's Satan. You know the big G? That's God of Israel. Anytime you see the small g, that's God of their Satan they're talking about. See, you don't even know the symbols. You don't even know the symbols and the signs, do you? You're in a Satan dance, and you don't even know the symbols and the signs of these Satan children. You're a joke, Rasta.
It's acting in a different way, but in their house, what their parents are saying about black people or other marginalized group is different.
So guys, really and truly, you don't believe that you're living in a Satan world? Let me ask you again. You don't believe you're living in a Satan world? So where do you think you're living in? Hollywood? Where do you think you are?
So many times there was a clip that I saw about this young lady that was calling out his brother for, describing black people as, it was crazy. The description, I don't want to talk about it. The description that they gave black people. And so she was so mad at at her brother. Why was she mad? Because of the hypocrisy. Because she's had black friends and she knows that that's not how black people behave.
Stop listening to white people.
So at the end of the day,
move away from them, bro.
she decided to cut
move
off
away from them. Be nice to them.
his all family members because no one was listening to her.
With them, bro. They are people
So
who are
since
just
she felt like no one was listening to her, what did she decide?
By the system
She decided
and
that
Esau,
she was going to cut all
to treat us like people. They know who we are.
And that shows you the extent of how people advocate with racism.
You're a king,
and
queen,
how they can
emperor,
decide to
empress.
just shut it down all at once because
so start walking
that down with racism. They are tired.
They're worried about what
they're seeing a similar system being repeated, similar lies being told to them, similar lies that was told to earlier generations, same still being told to them. And they're saying that no, what we are going to do, we are going to put a stop in this madness. And so that's what they have decided to do. They have decided to put a stop into this madness. So brothers and sisters, I really want to know what you'll think about this because I think it's important seeing a younger generation having a better understanding of what is really going on because majority of us, we've been lied to, right? And I'm glad that I'm part of the people in the journey that got to learn, people that got to learn about all these lies.
All these lies, all these white lies.
All these historical lies that are given to black people.
God.
So brothers and sisters, please, let me know what you all think about this video. But until then, let me see you in the next video. Peace, love, and harmony.
Salute. I see it. I see it. I see this.
My mom, who is 50 years old, has long been troubled by leg cramps. Following the recommendation of a nutrition and health expert, she purchased this fig bar with black sesame and cranberry flavor.
Because
after just
the mum allowed her son to get involved with all them. I don't business. I say her right now. Say her right with stuff. Because she thought she was, because my son goes out with all these white boys and he does his education. Yeah, I know. He went on holiday and what happened? What happened? He didn't come back, did he? The white boys came back, but he didn't come back, did he? Didn't come back, did he? We don't wish that upon nobody. But if you don't know what time it is, then good luck to you, man. Good luck to you. Right? And here's another thing what you should be doing. You should do what Father gets us to do. We watch these monsters every night.
And this one,
every night,
really
we watch these monsters.
Next to former couple who shot
Now we got women doing it. Now we got women doing it. Now we got women killing.
Have been jailed for life. But it does leave me wondering, how someone can find themselves in prison for 30 years for murder, for crime when they were 100 miles away from the crime scene.
I think what white people are not understanding the concept, right, is who you are, darlings. This is what you're not understanding. Who you are is what you're not understanding. Now, let's use us for an example. Brown children, not Africans. Shem. Now, the reason why Shem are suffering is because of their parents. Is why they're suffering. Because of their parents. And because their separation has come to an end now they've been told why they've been suffering. White people's is completely different now. Now, white children, you must have respect for, and you must have, that's not the right word, you must have empathy, there's the right word, for white children who are in my age group. Why? Because they've been lied to, right? And they have all bad things keep happening to them, and they're not strong, and they're jealous, and they're this, that, and they're unbalanced. Let me finish. It's not their fault, right? Because their parents have not told them who they are, right? Now, we suffered for our parents, and ours is nearly finished now. Now, what their parents have done to the whole world, and continue to do, they, as the children, are the ones who are suffering for it. So what white people need to do, you have to go back, guys. And you've got to see what monster you really came out of. Because they're hiding who you are. So what does happen is the bad spirits that will follow you and yam you out, and you have no idea why. It's because of your past. They've coloured your past and put white faces there as if they're all good people. No, you need to go back and see who you came out of. And then when you see who you came out of, what happens to you, and why you can't handle things, and why you're so frightened, and why you're thinking this, that, whatnot, it will explain. You are all cursed children. But you've got to go back and see what your parents did and what your parents' did. Because you like to come out and say, well, it wasn't me. That happened back then. No, but when they opened their foot, you came out. You came out, so you're cursed. Because it goes on to the parents, and we are the witnesses to that. We are. We. But now you're going through yours, and your houses are burning. The sun's burning your house. And instead of you to flee, you're thinking about the stupid cats. You're still thinking about your stupid materials. You think you've still got time for that nonsense. But this is who you are. But what you need to do, you need to go back and find out who your parents are, and then you'll understand why you are the way you are. And until then, you'll always believe that white's grey, white's this, and white's that, and you'll never know why white people at the moment are killing themselves and are being hated by the whole world for what white people has done. And they refuse to look at what they've done and make atonement for it. They refuse. This is why you have to go back, because you think you haven't done anything wrong. But when you go back and you go back and you see what you, wow, you start seeing things different then. And then you start realizing why you're cursed. And then you start realizing why all these empires are now getting finished. They're all breaking down now. They're all breaking down because you used empires to show up on people, and you knew who Father's children were, and you agreed to go along with it. This is why the Talmud can write these horrible stuff about you. And Gentiles is Africans, everyone's, because Africans were the first ones, right, who made love to Esau. They were the first ones. We learned burning children from Africa. We learned all that nastiness from. We learned it from Africa. Because when 70 AD and we had to run and we didn't have nowhere to go, from Yant's father, Obadiah chapter says, go to Africa, go to your sister. And then when we went there, there was no white man there. Esau was there. Esau, he was the one with the money. And he was the one that was telling everybody, come to Africa because that's where they are. And I will pay you triple. Go and get them. And that's what Africa allowed. And then all the Muslim sons allowed. Let's not make them a nation. They had 430 years to do it. But what they forgot about was the remnants, right? No, that was the White Lion boat, right? You could have done what you want with them, right? Because they lynched their king, right? But Windrush is a completely different set of people. It's a completely different boat. Everybody came trash and ready. What does trash and ready mean? That mean it was dressed up to the nines. Everything matched. Go and watch it. Go and watch it, Dan. Minstrel. Melanin children.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Just get it. Come on, come on. When you look at this now, she looks like any girl you
And
could
there's
know.
no humanity in why.
She looks like the girl.
There's no humanity because all you want to do is pretty things. That's all you want to do is pretty things. And these sons that you got, like this picture for instance, yeah, it looks right, all the horses, you're kissing, all that nonsense, they don't have to kiss. But that's all right when it's going all right. But what about when it's not going all right? It's got all big muscles and all that. But what about when he turns against you? And that's not even real muscles, right? That's him taking injections and taking this, that, because white boys' bodies don't grow like that at all. You know what I mean? He's got to take all this stuff to make himself look rare. But that is a danger because he's taking all this stuff to make him look like that. But those things have side effects. And then when he doesn't agree with you, what happens? When he doesn't know, you don't think about these things, do you? Right? Because most of your white sons are unbalanced. Most of them are unbalanced because they've been brought up in a system where they've been told, you're sir and you're lord. And women obey you. And hospitals are built for you, not for women. So they've been told that there's something they're not. And then when they get brought down to size, they want to kill you. Because they can't believe that you treated me like this. I've just come back from the army. I've just done this. I've just done that. I've been told I'm the greatest. You're not. You're an idiot. Right? You're an idiot, son. Because you boys weren't even around when we was in the dance. You weren't even around. And when you was around, you was known as a stranger, a hellion, a alien, right? And a Gentile. Right? You was at the back of the queue. You wasn't at no front of the queue at all. Because when you can't get what you want, right, and a woman doesn't want you, what do? You end up killing her. You got children with her as well, right? But you end up killing her because you think you're something you're not, right? You think you're us. You're not us at all. You ain't got the right balance in you. You don't believe in Father. You just believe in honouring yourself. You and that damn Satan. And now look at you with a nice woman now, and I'm going to pause it now. What? I'm going to unpause it now. You're going to kill her. Because in front of the camera, oh, let's all kiss, and look, we're lovers. But as soon as something goes wrong, he kills her. He kills her. Same story. And Father gets me to watch it every day to watch your sons. Like even your own women are committing suicide. They call it domestic suicide, they call it now. Because she's so frightened, she kills herself. Because she's too nice for you. Right? That compassion, she's too nice for you. She's too nice for you. Right? And when she makes a mistake by giving herself to you, that's the biggest mistake she's done, right? Because when he's had you in that situation there, where you're all nice and so, he's never had it like that before. He's punching above his weight down, and he can't get that image out of his head. And then he thinks of you doing that with anyone else. Don't kill him. Don't kill him. To see you in that position with anyone else, right? And he couldn't even put it in a performance. And now he thinks he owns you. And all he keeps thinking about is if you was to do that with anyone else. And then he starts thinking these things in his head like he owns you and control. He's only had sex with you once and he thinks he owns and control you. This is why you mustn't give yourself away, girl, to these stupid sons. You mustn't give yourself away. They're idiots. And he needs to get the protection from your father, right? Before he has you, right? You got to start looking at yourself like a princess that you are, right? Don't start just giving yourself away to these sons. Because when they get you pregnant, they leave you. And then that's it, man. No one wants you had a child by somebody else, son. You didn't even wait. You didn't even wait. You're supposed to go see your father. And I'm supposed to get his say-so. Where he says to me, I am giving you my child. Right? Anything happens to my child, I hold you responsible. And I say, yes, I agree. None of that no more. Because he thinks he's better than a woman. You damn tramp. And that's your sons, man. That's your damn sons. I don't know how you raising up these sons.
Like on my Instagram, like
damn tramps. All they want to do is be in nice holiday places. Everything looks beautiful. We're swimming in a nice ocean. I've never been to any of these nice places. Right? But you don't deserve these nice places because they're only for nice people. You're not nice people. You're not. You don't deserve these beautiful places at all. They're not for you. You're the wrong complexion. It's not for you at all. Right? You come and murder yourself and put yourself there. This is why the sun burns you. Because it's not for you. You're not the children. You are not the children. The book even says our name. It doesn't say your name. It doesn't say your name, white people. And this is the time that you're going to suffer.
What's good?
You're putting yourself first in your pale body and think you're something nice. You're not nice at all, man. Don't lie to yourself, man. All these beautiful places belong to us. They don't belong to you. In that pale complexion, man. You're just a thief.
These videos, like she is a convicted
The land doesn't appreciate you. It burns you. Even when you're in your house, it burns you. It doesn't appreciate you.
Jamaica with her boyfriend on this holiday of a lifetime.
William Smith walked out of his house in Sheffield.
Keeping all the money, guys. They're making sure it's 24 to 1. 24 to 1. So they get 24% of it, and we only get 1% of the money. And then they think they can go to all the lovely Caribbean places and everything, where it doesn't even accept them at all. You know what I mean? And it's not for them at all. Not for you and your pale complexion at all. But we're coming to rule now, watch and see. And we're coming to bring everybody in as well. Not just going to keep it saying, look at us, look at us, oh, look at us. No, we bring everybody in so everybody can have that feeling. Not just white boys who have got no style and grace. You put music on, they're done like Eskimos. Can't dance or anything. They've got no entertainment. Don't even have to cook food. Don't even have to bring people in. And that's how you bring people in, with food. Food and music is how you bring people in. No, it doesn't cost no money for food. No, it doesn't cost no money for music. You go to the park's free. And that's how you help people. You damn try. You don't charge them. Oh, there's £1 for a can of coke. No, you don't. No, you don't. Father gives it to you and you give the people. And they're like, wow, how come you giving it? Because Father. Who's Father? His name's Yahuwah. Don't say hello to him. And then people start thinking, who's this Yahuwah? And that's how you do it, you stupid tramp. That's how you do it. You don't put taxes on it. And they say, oh, come to the church. And then when you come to the church, leave me a tenth. And then I'll speak to Jesus for you. That's not even his damn name, you stupid idiot. Stop listening to these stupid sons. You can do this thing on your own at home. You don't need none of these sons. Especially if they're this complexion, white, or if they're the complexion which is caramel pale. And these people are murderers, right? They marry 6-year-old children, and then they pregnant them when they're 9. And then that's when the Roman Catholic Church, Father got me out there quick, because all they want to do is have sex with young boys. And these things can't be right, Rasta. They're a joke. They're an absolute joke, because they're not into anything Kodesh or anything holy. It's a lie just to get you to think they are and trick you, and then you burn together with them. I mean, there's nothing nice in them. Go and ask them the names of Father's name and his son. Go and ask them the real names of these people and see what happens to them. Go and ask them. Go and ask them. They're always giving you toy names of things that doesn't exist. Damn tramps.
Was waiting for him. He shot him in the face and then he covered him with acid.
Sulfuric acid. Falstaff met Liam Smith on a Tinder date in 2019. Mr. Hillier told the court the two decided to go down the...
Look at his face. Look at him. I mean,
in 2019, Mr. Hillier told the court...
Look at the name he's got as well.
Falstaff met Liam Smith on a Tinder date in 2019.
Look at the name he's got as well. Look at the name the brother's got as well. Look at the name. But that name doesn't mean anything, and it's spelt wrong as well. But they got to have our name in it, Michael. It's not called Mike, it's called Misha'el. Michael's got no power in it. Everything you have to copy. We don't copy your names, though, do we? We don't copy your names, but you want to come and give us names like, wait for it, guys. Ready? Riviera. I mean, we all know what that name means, don't we? But Father got there before you. Misha'el. And then when you go to Daniel, chapter 10, verse 21, what does it say? Huh? So what would you prefer? A Riviera, whatever that means? Or would you prefer a Misha'el, a prince? Which one would you prefer? You damn tramp. I come there with your stupid Riviera. It don't mean nothing. You damn tramp. You got there too late, Satan. You got there too late.
Hillier told the court the two decided to.
So you got to deal with white people now. I mean, look at this face on this boy. Look at, you can just tell he's a little troublemaker white boy. Look at him, and he looks pale. He looks absolutely pale. Look at him. But you can tell he's a troublemaker. Look at him. Takes all the drugs and all that. So he's got big arms and all that. And he looks. Look at him. He looks scary. Look at him. Look at him. What's he done, man? Chuck acid in someone's face or something because he liked your girl, and she was too nice for you. And she was looking at someone else, so because of that, you're going to go and kill. These, they're unbalanced, man. They're unbalanced, these sons. Because they're little boys, that's why. They're little boys. You can't have a girlfriend who sees someone and she thinks, oh, I like what you're wearing. And he wants to beat you up and kill you. Why? Because you said you like what the person was wearing. Insecure, these sons. They get you killed. They get you killed, man, these sons.
Miss Fulstow told him she had been raped by Mr. Smith.
Rachel Fulstow claims she only found out her boyfriend Michael Hillier had attacked Liam Smith and he turned up at her home afterwards.
These are sick, man. These are sick.
So I've got my hands on this like massive document. It's basically a diary that Rachel's written from inside prison. It's like nearly 200 pages.
Yeah, you did come and have a look at my
Rachel
case
says that
when we
the
wrote
true story's in here. She is
white
in prison
racist people.
as a convicted murderer. And I suppose that's something that I've got to think of when I'm going through this. Like, how much
None
of
of these
this
answers
is the
back.
truth?
Racist white people.
I feel it's important to start at the very beginning
And I have the
where
proof.
I was prior
You
to
did
meeting
like that.
Michael Hillier.
Oh, you wrote
I
back
felt
some
left behind.
nonsense.
All my friends were married, they had kids, and were living family lives.
All
I
of
was
them.
wanting a family, wanting children,
Diana
a
Abbott as
family
well.
life of my own,
Rubbish.
but feeling
They're
like time was
rubbish.
running out. I met Michael Hillier on Hinge. I was initially attracted to him because he'd made an effort with his profile. It said what he was looking
Got
for,
all these
and
muscles
that
on.
description was very much the kind of person I am. Natural, classy,
elegant.
caring,
God.
kind,
No,
good morals, supportive.
Good morals.
And he listed him.
None of those qualities in a white boy. You're mad. Unless he's Uncle Mervyn. It's easy for him to write these things down. Easy for him to write it. Easy. But for him to walk it, shush, man.
Was very much the kind of
Shush,
person I
man.
am.
Look what you
Natural,
wrote.
classy.
Look what you wrote. An elegant, natural beauty, both on the inside and out, who is classy, graceful and loyal. Someone that is affectionate, supportive, kind in nature, and doesn't say the rest. And that's in a white man, yeah? Really? Huh.
Caring, kind, good morals, supportive.
Good morals.
And he listed himself as honest, loyal, gentleman,
Gentleman.
chivalrous. These are all the qualities I look for. He initially liked one of my pictures. I replied to his like and said something like, I think I have what you're looking for.
Yeah, right.
You actually couldn't believe that like the couple that go on to be headlined as the killer couple. Literally their first conversation was about their shared good morals.
What morals? Well done. What morals? All you're seeing them is materials. That's all you're seeing. That's all you're seeing there. It's white people and materials. And then they want to show the world, look, we're in that. No, they're showing you materials. They're not showing you them. They're not even showing you how they cook food together. They're not even showing you how they sit down and sort of problem out together. They're not even showing you what they're like with children. Because they're idiots, that's why. All into material, this and that. And then what happens? They end up killing each other. Because you're concentrating on the materials. The materials, like Father says, they don't speak. They're worthless idols. They do not speak. We speak. They don't speak. So when you have a problem, what are you going to do? Go to the machine and speak to it. And this is the problem with Jews lot. You put all your love into machines. And then when you have a problem, you end up fighting each other. Why? Because there's no balance in you. You choose the balance with your materials, which is stolen, by the way. It's all stolen goods. And if it's not stolen, you've got it on HP, because you're not people to make money. You're not money people, Rasta, at all. You don't know how to budget. You don't know how to turn things over. Why? Because everything you've got's been given to you, to then try and make us jealous. And then we find out that you've been taking the stuff that belongs to us, little bits of money they've been giving us. You've been finding that the Latinos now have been taking it and then coming up to us and saying, how come you ain't reached nowhere and we've been here just a minute and you've been here for centuries and you ain't got nothing. But now you haven't got nothing because they've taken it away from you now. Right? And then what do you want us to do now? Feel sorry for you? Huh? You want us to feel sorry for you now? Huh? No, it just goes to show you're a ponce. That's what it goes to show. You left your country, came all the way to England, right? This is Joe, Sleepy Joe's time, that time there. When they're playing, all these lot come over, coach after coach, and he was coming over and he was taking our money. He didn't even feel bad and say, oh no, that's not ours. That's for the families of the brown children. And they've had it so bad and they got families to feed. You didn't think of that, did you, Latinos? And this is why Father's going to make sure he burns you. Because they were his children. And you took food from the children. You Latinos. So when your kids are crying that, remember his children. Because that's what he's going to do. And you took the food from their mouths. You did, Latinos. And the 6th of this month, Donald took it back. And now you're complaining. Huh? Now you're complaining. Go and find a way to make money. Because we had to. So now you go and do it now. And see, now life is really hard. When you haven't got a system behind you. When you've just got yourself and father. And you ain't even got father. All you've got is yourself and that system. What are you going to do? Beg it now. Go and beg it. And it will give you lower scraps. But then you have to drink blood. And you have to give it your children as a sacrifice. Huh. You watch.
They share the good morals.
You think that system's your friends? Watch now when you need help from it. Watch. Yeah.
It seems when you read the first few months of their relationship that this was going to be in the best love stories ever. It feels like a fairy tale when you read it. Their dates, how they kissed in the rain, and how they quickly fell for each other.
White people don't know how to love. They fell in love with materials. And you know it's going to end up sad. And that's just who they are. And if you've got any sense, you don't just meet someone and have sex with them straight away. But this is what they encourage you. You didn't even go and check out father to see if the father likes you, if he's going to give her away. And most probably, you're wasting your time. Because he's most probably had about 7 or 8 different men. No good. No good. No good. You're going to bring her to father. And then father's going to say, honey, first smell. Might take it. No, father said, I don't want it done. Weird. No. That is not what I have in store. She's not the girl for you. Right? You mean to tell me that she's got children. Right? And then she's been married by this one. And she's had sex with this one. And then she got a child with this one. And then she got a child with that one as well. And no, sir. No. I said, you're damn right, father. You don't see me sleeping around with women. Not at all. Not at all, done. We don't do it. We've never done that once. We've never cheated on a woman neither. Right? We don't live the way you live. You got no quality. You don't know how to treat yourself. So how are you going to know how to treat a woman if you don't even know how to treat yourself?
I love you.
Right, guys?
So happy right now.
I'll see you guys later. Love, take care of yourselves and each other.
Right this second, sitting in prison cells.